Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens, Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 507.5. We Nerd World. Hopefully, you guys are coming back with a full tray, empty bladder. Cheers, top floor genetics. Glad to see you pop back in. Chat ready here. Been stuck in my head since talked about it last night in chat. Jamie Johnson tune. Smiley. So the BT grower. Cheers to you both. Cheers to y'all 3, 5, 2 not participating. And the glory. What's up, dog pounds? Damn song. You guys smoking on. And it's long. Torture you with that fucking saying. Good tune. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode tonight with sweet CO2 oil. Guest was wrangled in by Mr. Johnny Cancy. Cheers, Just the Station. How you doing? Nice to see you back in chat. In chat. I'm ready to do a dab. I think I'm ready to do dab. I'm gonna finish up this joint first. Dr. Joint's word. Don Hazelhurst. Cheers to you. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Thinking, yeah, it's a little bit of some jelly bean. Or got on the tray here. Had to question it because it probably has a little bit of Columbia mixed with it. Kind of mellows that orange down, but still got some of that fruity taste. Still good. Still good. Might be. Cheers to you. Late to this tune. Mr. Smiley popping in. It's hard not to just let this list play. There's good ones coming up.
What's up, man?
What's up, Smiley?
How you doing? Good one
Pretty
tonight
good.
and last night.
Went quick. Went quick, but it was hopefully we'll get him back.
Yeah. Oh shit, man, I'm tired. Sitting here sorting seeds is like mind numbing.
Oh, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. It's got to be like reading or something else that's like just kind of slow with my happiness because that's what it is. It's slow.
Yeah, take it in chunks. But it's all right. Almost done.
Is that the container you were showing us the other night? You said you worked through that, power through that batch.
No, this is like the 5th or 6th one, I think. Yeah, this is a new. Maybe it was the one I showed the other night. Yeah. It's this one. These ones. And I think this one too.
Nice little pinch of beans there. That's definitely a great pinch of beans.
Yeah, there's some shit to fuck
You know, the
around.
way Sub used to put it, man, though, so quite seriously, though. He would go, you know, he'd look at that plan and go, what? Gonna get X amount off of that, take up all that room, risk. So that same plan, the seeds that it can produce, you can hold in your hand. There's no difference there. You do the math and the seeds that you can hold in your hand to produce with that plant versus what you can actually produce in flower and cash in off that plant. It's kind of a no-brainer if you've got the market for it. you know, $10 a seed, 10,000 seeds is what, 100 grand, something like that. If you can produce it with a good plant like that, that's well worth putting out some seeds.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's just a matter of it's all a matter of marketing. I don't know. Like people talk about the
You know,
price of seeds all the time too, but that's all a fucking marketing thing. It's nothing to, paying.
you never match that with the equivalent that plant can produce in flower. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. You won't either. Yeah, it's crazy how many seeds you get.
We used to throw them out.
No doubt, man. No doubt. How many? I like Johnny Appleseed and them. I always like the idea of fucking thinking someday there'd be, what I mean? You go back to the same fucking smoking spot and there's two little plants growing or some shit. The usual stoner dream.
Same thing, man. Put them all in a Ziploc baggie, take a fucking roll down on a fucking country road, just chuck them in them deep ditches. Even if you, like you said, even if you didn't come back and get them, you know what I mean? There's some lucky person that's going to score on that shit, even if you never make it back. So why not?
Right. Yeah, we used to have I don't know, I wouldn't say quite a few, but there was a few like gravel pits and fucking 2-track trails around. Now a lot of them are built in with housing and stuff, but when my first vehicle, it wasn't really like some badass off-road truck, but it was 4-wheel drive. It had a 4-cylinder, but it was 4-wheel drive. But it was Isuzu Trooper, like an 82 Isuzu Trooper or something. But I got it with a blown motor, put a motor in it, and that was my first vehicle. But we would get back in the woods, man, all the time for smoke out sessions and stony cruises. Fucking, there's a couple of them that we knew about. We'd always park in a similar spot or whatever, and definitely be emptying seeds out there all the time. But none of them, no luck. What's up, Riz?
Good evening, Eagle. Good evening, Smiley.
How you doing, man?
I heard seeds, and that's my favorite topic.
No doubt. I got more hanging too. I still gotta clean off the plant and get them all scrubbed down. And I don't know the best way to do it. Basically, I fucking, buck all the buds off. Buck all the buds off, and then I dry them till they're fucking powder, basically. Then I just sit there and fucking Indian man chop them up that way, and a lot of the seeds fall out that way. But then the plant material, I got these sifting trays to kind of sift out a lot of the big plant material and let the seeds. They'll sit in one of the trays depending on what size they are, and then just fucking. Is that the trick, Eagle? Shake them up. It probably would work good in the trim bag too. I didn't
shook out about a shit ton of them already.
Yeah. But that's basically what I do, and then that bag I just showed is when they're sorted, plant material. But then I go through them now, and I'm sorting out the mature seeds from the shit ones. So it's a process, man.
Sounds like a fucking rattle and shit.
What did you make seeds of, Eagle? What do you guys need? Or them the outdoor ones you had. That's right.
No, I haven't picked those yet. I haven't. Well, I haven't picked them yet. At least 3 of them. But no, that's not these seeds. These are the biggest, the blue mile seeds.
Nice.
Actually, this is the second jar. And that thing, like I was saying the other night, I bet you I pull this bud, if I break that bud up right there, I get probably 10 seeds out of that bad boy easy.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
And if you let that mature, that might have been what, 3 grams to 5 grams, maybe of bud. You know what I mean? If it's giving it a generous amount there, you know.
It's good flour too. Or at least the non-seeded stuff was real good. But I actually gave some of the seeds out. No, it could hurt, but here we go. What's up,
Hard.
Cass?
I've tried. Hard to give them away up here.
Yeah, because they're not known or the hype. What's the process
No,
in
no, and I was
not
just
wanting beans?
no. It's just that you're in California, and especially this part of California. It's just like clones are everywhere. So if I say seeds, they go. But if I pull something that I grew from a seed that they've never smoked, and they say they smell it, they go. First thing they say is, "You got a clone? You got a clone of that, man? Can I get a clone?" So it's
I hate that. I used to get that all the time when I was selling seeds there for sub. Go through the whole spiel, what you got, blah blah blah, and almost out of fucking 7 out of fucking 10 calls would end. You got clones? I'm selling seeds, right? No.
so
They never quit people from asking them. They always that.
so if you're in one of those states, it's a surefire way to go ahead and do something with it if you wanted to make it advantageous to you is what I'm saying, without trying to go and get the red flags, when you talk about selling and all that shit. So I try to stay away from it. The algorithm might say he said that, no.
That's the thing though, is I've always preferred to start from seed whenever possible. I've never wanted to deal with somebody else's problem. Either it be a sick clone or a pathogen or a bug that came on that clone. None of the above. Why fuck with it? Why fuck with it? Half the time, most of the time, unless I guess you're buying it in through the matrix these days, you have to wonder if it's even what it's labeled, what it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Why skip all that? Pop the seed, you got it from the breeder. At least know what you got or the genetics you're working with, and it's clean. So yeah, taking in clones has never been a strong. So
I guess I started out with good seeds, so I'm kind of, Dynasty Professor P gave me those seeds, and it was just, 2 or 3 main looking plants. I can go in there to one he's got in there that I'm growing, that I bought, Loving Cup, and I got 5 females out of it, and it's hard to tell to looking at them a lot of difference except for one of them. Structures of it's all the same, the leaves are same, but then you go to smell and you get a little bit of difference, and it's like that's somebody who worked his gear and he got it to the point where he can give it to me, the new guy, and if I let it cross, I'm probably not going to get something that's not bad, or I'm going to get something decent, I'm not going to mess it up. So and now that I've crossed and I see, okay, this is what happens when you cross, and now you take something that had this many and now it has this many, so it's like, That's why I was asking about last night, because that if somebody goes to somebody like that, they know they're going to get it. And when I got in, I thought that's what it was going to be right away. I thought you were going to get what you were buying. Everybody's like, what you just said. Is it really what you say it is?
What are you doing there, Smile?
Gorski said his fingertips are getting sticky from picking certain seeds, and I was just showing mine was all like, because you're picking them all the time like that, you know what I mean? You're just like, doop, doop, doop.
Yeah.
He got us the other night. You see those fucking paws? Fucking, she did something at some point. She like, you could see her fingertips.
She was trimming.
And yeah. But you could have fucking peeled a nice gram of hash off that thumb. Must have been some nice resinous flour she was working on there.
I hate when you get
Have either one of you
up, though.
When
it gets that built up, I hate it. It bugs me.
Yeah.
I wear gloves for that reason.
Well, have either one of you watched a video? There's a video of that. I think he's in Northern California. He's got a wooden setup with screens and tumblers for just seeds, because he grows seeds just for the resin.
Oh, to like press the oil out of them or something?
No, I'm talking like tumble dries. He has these slow tumble dryers that go for days. And then it has different sets of screens that go for days on seeds.
So he's collecting keef and all that too?
Yeah, he's getting the keef off the seeds and he's doing it real slow. It's not to break anything up. It's these slow tumblers. And I was like, he's got these big wooden trays in this shed. And I'm like, holy shit, man, he's got this big old setup just for seeds, getting resin off seeds. Holy shit.
Waste that sweet, precious resin.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, that seed winnower that Cascadian Grown's got up, his little wooden design, that thing looks more handy every day. Oh my gosh, man. Might just be worth the money to do.
The seed separator, you mean?
The seed separator?
Yeah, they call him a seed winnower. I think it's the actual ag or farm name for it, but yeah. Seed
They're
separator.
easy to make. A lot of designs out there on that thing.
Yeah.
I bet you could build yourself one.
Yeah.
I give my. That's what you say. You give your neighbor a bag of weed, and you say, "Hey, yeah, here's a free bag of weed. You just got to give me all the seeds back."
Maybe I'll look you up one, build you one.
There you go, man. Oh yeah. I don't know how. I mean, I guess I don't know how much time it would really save, because I'd still have to be bucking them and like grinding down the plant material. But once you got it down to that, it would save from having to do the screens to get down to the seed. But you'd still be picking through the mature and unmature seed, I would imagine. So.
No. A lot of the immature seeds, because there's such a weight difference, they just fall. Might even be the type of separator that you built, but I've seen that the majority of the immature seeds fall in with the fucking whatever you want to call it, the waste from the seeds.
They also like the larf and the little light stuff. It likes sticking to like the plastic on the with the cling on the plastic of the tray. So if you clean your trim bin and you use that trim bin, that larf will stick to that plastic either, and you can just swipe it up with your hand and take it off. If you're letting them roll like you would in a old shoebox, because of the static to it. Anything you can get static on it, all that shit will stick to the static. So any big piece of plastic you got there, that's what I was doing, just wiping it off, take all that larf and throw it right into the stuff I'm going to cook, or I guess you could do the same for into the freezer for hash. It's a long process. Unless you got a separator, I guess.
I'm wondering too, man. It seems like maybe it's the plant or the mom or whatever, but I've noticed like just in these little half dozen ones that I'm sorting, there's such a wide range of like seed size to like for example, this purple punch one has like really good size seeds, but none of them darkened up. They're all like that gray white looking. Some of them are maybe like a tan, but none of them really darkened up. And then like I don't know, like the Skywalker one, they're like almost all of them are like brown, and you know what I mean, and very few of them are in that tan, but they're smaller. They're pretty tiny, you know, and some of them are. I don't know. This is interesting. Some of them look really like almost like a football more than other ones are almost more rounder too. It was weird, like the different plants and shit. But I wonder how much like you know we always talk about like timing of pollination, but I almost wonder how much like nutrient availability plays a role in that. You know, actually getting a fully developed mature seed and a higher percentage. You know what I mean? Because when you're pollinating, that's your pollination where all those seeds are getting started or pollinated, right? And then whether they complete and actually form a mature seed has got to be up to nutrition and timing, right? Like how long you let it go.
So I wonder, I can't help but wonder if like if that were true and you do find out whatever nutrition that it needs, would it be better to say foliar the night before so it's more available leaf and bud surface? I mean, if you're not going to necessarily smoke the bud, I mean, why not foliar it for what seed purposes?
I have been doing that this round, actually.
Yeah.
I moved them. So these are my outdoor ones. So they're just in a #1 container. So just to clarify, they're not real big plants. These are just ones I was fucking around. That's how I do my outdoor pollination. But I'll have a handful of seeds. But this round, instead of putting them back into like by the flower room where they're like after pollination, they're on the flower schedule. I've actually left them in the vegetative room, and they've been receiving all the same foliars and all that shit, just like the veg plants. A couple of them are starting to re-veg now, but they're still carrying the seed, and like I don't know if that's gonna fuck it up either. But like I say, it's just for me. I'm just fucking around, so it don't matter if it does.
That's an interesting result that will be see what kind of effects it has. So you basically you basically letting it plant finish off and veg there, give it a little extra light for it to a little extra juice to do its thing.
That's the thought. Actually, I want to say it was Rasta Jeff that I heard talking about that, and I want to say it's a part of what he does too. At a certain point,
Actually heard it. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I've kind of heard the process being done in like the last week of flower to try to get a little more production and density out of out of the buds, flipping it over to 18 back to 18.6 for a week, that final week. But I've never tried it, but it's basically what you're doing with the seeds though, eh? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And wasn't that Mystic Marx's tactic too? He would like pollinate a branch and then he'd fucking clone the bitch and let it sit in the cloner, forming the seed or whatever. And they'd throw it, and that way he could keep moving through without having a fully germinated plant or whatever. You know what I mean? Because he was just doing it in his little space. It was a pretty slick technique. I remember him talking a little bit about it. It was pretty slick.
Yeah, I can't remember if he was cloning it or getting it soon after. I can't remember at all, to be honest with you. I do remember
timing. But it's
Uh,
cool.
been a minute.
Well, then a lot of times he'd
Excuse-
smoking the weed, you know what I'm saying? Because he'd finish out that plant, and then the other one finishing out the seed, he could taste the weed. So he was already getting his R&D into flavor and all that while the seeds were fucking finishing for him for his next one. It was pretty quick turnaround. Yeah, the chat's saying 18.6 is good. But to watch, Gorski's saying if they re-veg and take off, they'll pull the energy back out of the seed, turn them white again.
Right.
But if you're trying to save energy, then you do like, which I learned from on here from Matt from Lost Leaf, is that you run 14.5 or 15. I'm running 15, and they love it, man. I'm telling you, they love 15.
I know you can go down to like 16 or whatever. 15 is probably getting close, but shortly after that, I would imagine you'd be borderline getting some of them to fucking start wanting to flower, you know?
Hmm?
Or are you talking just for the seed?
No, I'm talking for holding your plants in veg.
Yeah.
And you'll also notice that a plant that goes through the outdoor cycle, you don't see the stretch, right? If you're in production, no, you don't do this. But if you're somebody home mimicking the sun, you take that countdown and take it down from wherever you're at. If you're doing a whole room, this is what I do. And I'm saying I would do it commercially if I was trying to get everything out. Unless I'm thinking this does something to the terroir, I'm going to count it down. I started at 18. I'm going to go to 18. I'm going to go to 17:45. I'm going to get on 15-minute increments every day until it hits it. And then it will have slowed the stretch down. If you really want to stretch it out, when you get down to the 14s and the 13s, you hold it for a little longer. You start holding it, and it's still going to stretch, but the bud sites will stay tighter, and you'll get the same stretch, but it won't overrun you. Instead of just dropping it, slam, because that plant's like, shit. Now I'm in all that extra dark, and I get to go like this. And, I don't understand the technical terms for it. I just know what I'm seeing, so I can describe it, by looking at what nature does. So, yeah, I like that anyway.
I don't know what you mean. I still see a stretch outdoors too.
You got to stretch it out over time. I mean, I was at 18, and now I'm a month later. I just now hit 15 yesterday, and it's going to go to tomorrow. It's going to go to 14 and a half, and then I'll go to 14, and then I'll go right to 11. And if I don't need to stretch some of them, I'll pull them to the center of the room and stick them under a blue light. I don't have anything I'm worried about.
Okay, so there are some things too, like nutrition wise, that you can do to help avoid stretch, like the rapid stretching growth like that, like nitrates contribute to that, potassium contributes to that, and chloride can contribute to that, and calcium can generate or drive some growth, but it typically will shorten or tighten in the internode spacing. So some of your nutrition wise, like especially if you're hammering having nitrogen or nitrates, that's going to really force that plant into trying to deal with those nitrates and growing real rapid growth, wider internodal spacing. Oh, and another thing with like hormone wise, you can look for like cytokinin type dominant stuff. So like coconut water, and the other one I use is a cold pressed seaweed extract, which is high in cytokinin, but that will actually keep that plant a little more squat too through a stretch. So,
Interesting.
Otherwise, Spectrum can do it too. You can control a lot of morphology that way too. But it's
I'm
just
not going to. I said it the last time, but I'm not going to. For me personally, I'm not going to have it happen the next time because I'm popping seeds, and as soon as them seeds I'm timing it with this one. As soon as they're up to that point where I think they're getting ready to sex, They're just going to go in the room, and I'm just going to keep seeds going. I'm just going to keep stuff going. I don't care if I get a quarter off that plant, an ounce off that plant, an ounce and a half. I just want to taste them all.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep.
No, I dig it, Rez. That's a cool way to go, man. I mean, honestly, if you think of it like, you know, multiple years down the road, like 2-3 years down the road, if you're continuing to do that, that's going to be pretty in depth into like, you know, your own seed line or whatever. It'll probably be pretty unique by that point too. That'd be cool.
Well, I mean, I'm just there's 35 in there now, and they pretty much are 10 different cultivars. They're going to go in and out. There's 3 more getting ready to get popped, and then on top of that, 2 that I bought, and 1 freebie that came with it. And then I'll finish my 90 9 off with seeds of my own, which will be, I picked 50 out. About 100 of those seeds I've said I was going to drop. I'll probably have 50 I can drop, and yeah, we'll just pull them out. And with my timing, I always get my timing off. This time, like I said last night, it was because of the heat, and I didn't want to run the electricity because, you know, I'm just trying to keep everybody's electric bill down and not slam the system. But now it's time for it. So now it's just time to get into the cycle. And then if I'm still inside next summer and I can't move them all outside, it'll be time for different cooler lighting, and to where you use the outside air and just pull the air in and out, and have a room like it's outside, but have it inside. You know what I'm saying? Just to use the temperature and humidity just like it would be for an outside bed, but just suck the air in, filter it out back to the roof, and during the daytime, and use the skylights and the lights. And that's what I'd like to do anyway. And then go right back to that winter cycle. You know? But that's why I feel bad, man. You know, that's why I keep those seed counts. To people out there in these places where they're saying you can only have 4 plants, it's like, at this point, it's like, that's just unfair, man. They don't get to look at the spectrum of plants to see what they might need to deal with their muscle spasm, or their backache, or their stomach issue, or their sleep issue. It's just not fair, you know. It's just stupid. You're gonna find that in the plants. You know, you guys know that. The more plants you get, the more plants you can grow. You smoke that one, you're like, wow, that gave me just a little bit of this. And you can't ever tell anybody what it is. You can't really express it because it's so close to these other plants. You can just say it does this, this, and this, but you know, for you, it does this very thing that, okay, I need to drop 20 more seeds to find 3 more of those plants, you know. And it's like, to the people out there that are saying 4 plants, I just say somebody needs to say no to putting laws on plants. I'm getting tired of this shit.
You could do shit with 4 plants. God, that ain't even. That's a tease. I'd take it if that's all I had.
That's just ridiculous.
4 plants.
Well, yeah, once they say they're going to have it in the States, it should be just like it's a tomato. We keep having this conversation. Sooner or later, hopefully it will happen. It's a tomato plant. It's a bean plant. It's a corn plant. It's this plant. But if that guy can't grow it, and you want to have some standards for him to supply it to him, then that's where that goes, right? But for the guy at home who has his own cow, I mean, they did start making you chip your own animals for certain stuff, you know, 20 years ago, track stuff. But I mean, you can still just go buy a cow at the auction if you want, take it home and raise it. And nobody's going to come home and, hey, man, that cow. Cheers. I've been eating a lot of brownies.
Getting that winter weight up.
Sorry, I got off topic.
It is almost November, dude. It's crazy.
This year went by fast. We can keep going to 20.
So did last year.
21 suck balls. 21 suck balls. I'm ready for it to just be gone.
Yeah. We'll look back on it later. Hope we survive it, right? It's like in every
By
other
what?
Yeah.
any day, man. Every day. Hoping we survive it. Never know.
You should be wishing you're in Northern California. They're gonna get ready to get a fucking shit ton of snow.
Keep that shit too.
They're
Oh,
getting
What's coming to
dear.
you? It's coming the whole way across the country. It's gonna dump the whole way across. All winter long. Just dump it all winter long.
oh, shit. Better get my snowblower tuned up.
It kills bugs, man. It's good.
Eagle,
You know?
Eagle's got to start doing his shoulder exercises, get warmed up for his
know what you should do,
Quarter
Eagle? See,
quarter mile, half mile of shoveling down the road.
No, see, we came into a new era. See, right? And you can take
375 frontage feet.
you can take your carpentry skills now, right? And you can put a big teepee over your whole house.
Yeah, there you go. Teepee that 375.
Pull it off with my truck. Tie the ropes to my bumper and just like fucking hee-haw it down the road and shit. Just, woof, pull it right off the house all at once.
I'd buy that.
You ever
buy
seen
that property.
It worked?
Oh, yeah.
It worked.
Think
You
of the
know, all
insulation.
shit with fucking.
Think of all the insulation. You know, around your house, you had a teepee over top of your whole house, out of beams, like and stretch with animal from the deer and everything. That would be awesome, man. To have that.
There's a dude did that, put a
Snow
greenhouse
itself?
around their house.
What's that, Eagle?
Sorry.
Snow itself is a good insulator. Shit, there's a lot of, especially the older folks I know that are around here that don't have basements, have like crawl spaces and shit like that, that actually pile the snow up against the house for insulation purposes to block the wind and keep that. Yeah,
I like that.
it makes sense, but
Shit, man.
practically igloo it in.
I grew up in the house, the first house I grew up in, just the way the property was shaped and these huge stone walls that were off the front of the house. When we had big snows, it would just fall off the top of these bushes onto the back of all these walls. So you could go off any wall as a kid and just have this 8 foot, or just 8 foot, you hide down inside, and you knew you weren't going to get hurt. And it was just amazing. It was true. I was spoiled in that fashion out in the country. So, yeah, I miss snow as a kid and a toboggan and a steep hill and not knowing where it's going. Okay, what are we gonna hit on the way down this hill? Oh shit, that tree. We didn't think we thought we were gonna miss it. Oh shit.
I tell you the story. We went down the hill one time. I took the kids sledding. We had a big long toboggan we found in the house. We moved in and they left it there. It was just like this 12-foot long fucking toboggan or whatever. So we're like, oh, we can all fit on it. Let's go, man. So we took it out. I don't know. It's not that long, but whatever. We took it out and fucking, it's snowing like a bitch, dude. Just blizzard out. You can't hardly see down the hill at all. So that just got to set the pretense to that, right? Like you can't see shit. And we get up to the top of the hill and like there's a bunch of other people there sledding and fucking everybody's lined up, going down their different whatever routes down the hill. And there's one spot where nobody's lined up. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'll fucking sneak in here and whatever, get lined up. Nobody says shit. We're piling on like 5 of us on this one toboggan. Nobody says shit. Fucking go down this hill about halfway down. These kids had built this fucking huge jump, dude, like dug it all up and whatever. Just blah, we hit it. Just all 5 of us go flying every different way. Just like totally knocked the wind out of like 4, you know what I mean? Like kids crying on the hill and shit. And we're all like, what the fuck? Like nobody says shit. And then there a couple people are like, yeah, it's bump there. Like, yeah, thanks. Found that one. Packed her up and left. We went down once.
make for a long day. Nice fucking sledding injury. Some of them hills will take you out though, man.
Oh, dude.
There's a hill over by me that flat out we call it Dead Man's Hill. It's Dead Man's Hill right there. Talkin Hill's taking out a few fucking people. They got off to the side. They got like it's like where like an old river or something must have flowed, or maybe just bad weather has carved out like a snake pit all the way down the hill. So it's all trees, but it's just a all the way down. And it's a lot of fun, but that fucking shit dangerous as shit. And then
Go ahead
there's the
first.
main stretch that's fucking it's like you stand at the hill and it's like straight down. And then it just whooshes down. Good ways down, there's a river that if it's possible to hit the river. But you gotta really be ripping. And then again, off to the other side, there's like kind of where they build the jumps and shit. But man, they actually had to fucking put in a double mound system because crazy assholes like me would fucking, because it was at the end of a road, would fucking come ripping through there on four wheelers and try to just fuck off the fucking hill there. That's what people were really getting hurt. A couple people done it in cars and fucking motorcycles. It got out of control. That's why they put I mean, the mounds were big. There was no way you were coming down the road and through that parking lot and hitting these like 12-foot by, they were like 12 wide mounds. That, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, we'll put a
Your
stop.
bike's launching it. Bing!
I show up that hill one time. That was like towards the end of the drinking days there. We all show up. We're gonna go sledding, and again off to the right side there. They had to jump inside there. We're like, yeah, we go over there. A couple of us go down. First off, one cat gets hurt, fucking flips off, gets hurt. And fucking started like shoving people down the hill, you know, at each other. Give a little shove. I comes up to me and I fucking sit on the sled. I remember buddies just fucking give me a good fucking launch. Nice fucking launch. I remember like thinking on the way, you know, as I'm being launched down the hill, you fuckers. You fuckers. Yeah, fucking get this fucking jump. And I shit you not. In like sitting position, legs out. I remember flipping completely upside down and like still locked in position as I like landed on my neck and like right before I like hit, you know what I mean? I swear to you, it was all like slow motion. I could hear everybody on the hill go, oh, right before I hit, yeah. Oh, oh man. Fucking buddies could be so cruel like that. Yeah, here you go. Here's 10 extra miles of speed.
Damn.
Oh man. Good times though, man. It's a wonder I don't have fucking arthritis, serious arthritis from head to toe.
Right.
Shit like that, man.
Sledding was a lot more fun when I was a kid, I remember. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad at it, but there was a time too when I took the girls, my daughters, and it like we went down the hill, but it was like covered in ice, and I didn't realize until we were like at the bottom that we couldn't get back up the fucking hill because it was all ice. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm there. They were pretty young too, so I'm like trying to drag them up the hill, like stomping the side of my shoe in each step, you know what I mean? Trying to get a good enough footing to like drag them up. Yeah, that was a torture. That was another one down. We were like done. Bad at the sledding parenting thing.
Dead Man's Hill, they actually got, well, one side of the hill, they've got tires actually to get up the hill. You use the tires as like steps. And then on the other side of the hill, they just threw a rope down I could just hand over hand it to get back up the hill. But you're right. As we get older, man, that shit's work, man. Getting up back up the hill ain't running up like we were kids and shit. Nowadays, it's like, where's the four wheeler that gives us a ride back up the hill and shit? We just run the top of the hill.
That I don't know if it was. I told this story here. I was somewhere else, but the best time I ever had. I think it was It was like 91, 92, and we'd been in I was in Vail, Colorado for Christmas time, and I snapped the ski at the top of the run, and my knee was messed up, and I was trying to get the ski off, and the binder wouldn't come off, and I took this ski and slammed my foot down like this to try to break the binder, and when it did, I stepped forward and snapped this freaking super expensive pair of skis. They were rentals, thank you, $1 a day rental fee, insurance. That's another part of the story. But anyway, my knee was bad, so they got me a cart. They took me down the mountain, and they took me down a double diamond on the top, from the top of Vail all the way down on the lane on the back. So you just get to the top, say, hey, I can't get down the mountain, but they don't charge you nothing. And the lane strapped in that cart, man, behind an expert skier with no poles. Man, that was a trip, man, because my knee was hurting, but I wasn't that bad off. So I was kind of like propping my elbows, trying to get myself up, get a good look, get up in the. That's a wild ride, man. I wouldn't want to be going down it, for those who have to go down it because they're really injured. But yeah, I couldn't hobble enough to get onto got back on a lift. I couldn't get back over to get on a lift. So they said, we'll just call you, a rescue person. And that was, if you ever get the opportunity, do that. All the way from the top, as far as up you can go, Because they don't mess around. I couldn't ski that fast by myself as fast as they took me through Double Diamond with me on the back. They were just, whoever that guy was, he was just, and I was just like in between them all, man. He'd go through one and the cart would go through one beside it. So like, how the moguls go like this. So he would go to one side of a mogul, I would go to the other side of it. It'd be like this. Way down the mountain. Sure. Damn. Can we do that again? I don't think I said that, but that's what I was thinking. Good reason to go to Colorado. The guy who was just on
it. And I've never skied. The only time I went to a ski resort here was that they do the tubing, so you can go like down the hill on a tube, and then they fucking just hook onto the tow rope. There's like a hook on the tube. You just hook it on the tow rope, and it hauls you right back up the hill on the tube. That was pretty cool.
I would love to be able to ski again. I would not ski. I would learn to surf. I would learn to snowboard if I had my back. But if I went down right now, who knows what is going to hurt the most. So I wouldn't try. But anyway, that was the same trip, first time I ever saw a snowboard. And it was going down. We were in Beaver Creek, which is right down the road from Vail. And the guy, I was just going down the mountain, and this snowboard just come. I stopped on this kind of long incline in the middle, nothing there. It's huge, wide trail, and this snowboard just sailed right by my head, like 2 foot over top. And I'm like, holy man! I'm like, what was that? What the hell was that? Like, you better watch out for them guys out here. They're freaking crazy. The kids got no respect out here. Of course, I was thinking, okay, if I had been on one of those, I'd probably be doing the same thing if I was that good. I probably would have been sailing through the air. I just didn't know to might take my head off. Holy crap, I'd never experienced that,
Yeah, some of the guys launch too, man, on the snowboards. You like watch them do those jumps where they're like fucking they're flying, man. They're covering like 80, 90 feet or whatever through the air. And it's like, holy shit, you know? But they come down on another, you know, I mean, they come down and make it look like it's just smooth as ever. And you're just like, yeah, right.
It's like the surfers, and you watch the videos online. First time I saw somebody do it live, and they do it down there all the time. Somebody's always on one of those big bands, you know, one of those big, you know, balance bands. And I'm like, freaking chicks going like 20 feet wide. Wow, 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 wow. I'm like, holy crap, man, not falling off that thing, you know, and they're flipping around and doing all that stuff. And I'm like, and then you see them out on a surfboard, and it's just like, well, hell, the water's nothing after you. I mean, I'm like, holy crap, you're on a rubber band going.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The muscles it takes to do that. I mean, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I bet they're tough as shit, man. Surfers, they're as strong as ever. I had two of my cousins played water polo like for their high school, their state champs or whatever, and yeah, them too, man. They were just fucking tough as nails, dude. Yeah, because they, you know, you're just swimming all half the damn day, and they're playing that or whatever. It's just like,
yeah, lap after lap after lap after lap. And I love to swim, but after I got past like 10 laps, I was like, this is boring, man. I don't want to keep.
Swimming in the ocean would be a lot different, I'd imagine, too.
The ocean's awesome, man. Yeah. You don't worry about it when you're a kid. I didn't. I mean, I got in the Atlantic Ocean, like I didn't even think about it. Stuff biting your feet, crabs biting your feet. You know that there were sharks. Well, you didn't know it, but there was sharks close by. But most of the time you knew there weren't because there was dolphins in the area. You know, if you go off North Carolina, you know, we didn't go to my dad avoided the tourist traps. So he didn't want to go to Ocean City. I think we went there one time when I was a kid. After that, it was always we went to either Michigan to one of the lakes, or we went to Hatteras, somewhere off Hatteras. And when you get down there, man, you got big old sharks, you know, you ever swim in the ocean. But then you get older, now I think about it, I've had run-ins with sharks, and I've had friends who had run-ins with sharks. So when I step in the water now, I'm always thinking,
I'll call that.
It's like there's a pier in Vieques, Puerto Rico. I used to dive off that pier and jump off that pier and swim under that pier by myself and snorkel under there and get in the midst of these huge sardines where you get inside and there's so many sardines around you, it goes black. You can't see nothing. And on the outside, these huge tarpon just swimming around the outside of this old pier. And they just, over the weeks, they just got less and less sardines, and the tarpon got bigger and bigger, right? But it was probably the next trip down, or maybe a year later, I'm sitting there, and I told this, I'm sitting there with my brother, and I'm drinking this bottle of rum, and my feet are dangling in the water, man, and there's tiger shark about only 5, he's not huge, 5, but when he comes by and his fin almost touches your feet, you go, oh shit, he could have just took my foot. Oh, I would have survived, but that would have hurt like a mother. Oh, so now when I go to the water, I'm thinking, where the fuck's that tiger shark?
There ain't nothing I want in that big water, man. My dad fucking used to dive in that fucking shit and try to get me to dive in under. I'm like, there's nothing under that water I want to see. Nothing. I don't give a fuck. I'm out of my element. Humans are out of their element in the water. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know, especially where he wanted me to dive with him down the Gulf.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I never did.
I got the bends the first and only time I scuba dive, but I've been down pretty deep free diving. I love the scuba dive, but you realize if you get in most of those places like where I'm talking about, and there's a lot of little fish and a lot of medium-sized fish, the sharks ain't never gonna bother you. You know, the only time you don't want to be running into a problem is if you're out there and you decide to get bloody. You know, where I lived, the seals used to have to, when they went from Vieques to the mainland, the seals had to swim back and forth. That's how they got back and forth from Puerto Rico to the island. So I wasn't a seal, but that's how those guys did it. So they were swimming across that channel all the time. So what you soon find out is that you realize, I like you said, you got no control over it. But if there's a huge food source out there, it's not Jaws that, you know, they put that fear in people that, you know. But would I let my daughter, who might be coming into her time of the month, go in the ocean? No, that would probably be stupid, right? That would probably not be wise. Just like if you grow up on a farm, you don't let them out in the field with a 300-pound goat unless she can handle herself at the same time as she's a teenager, because he's going to smell. He's going to go, he's a freaking goat. He's like, who the hell are you? I'm going to push up against you. She's going to get hurt. Same situation. So like in Florida, have you ever seen the shots from the air of the sharks? Tons of people come up missing in Florida. Well, they disappear. Well, a lot of people go for drunken midnight swims, and they just swum out into the middle of 100 sharks that were just out there waiting for something to eat.
No, ain't happening.
I know you're not happening. You know,
it ain't happening to this guy.
Yeah, there's, you know, you go to the Bahamas, you'll run into sharks that will hurt people, and because they're just sharks that are that type of shark, you know. And the most dangerous one is down there. You know, I don't even remember the name of it anymore. It just darts and hits you real fast. It'll take your midriff out or whatever. Just take your center of your gut out or take your leg off. Them big sharks, they're not typically a problem, you know. But when you're coaxing them, look what they're doing on TV. They're making the videos. They're out there, big old baits, you know. They got big old pieces of meat. They've drawn that shark up. You know, there's no hook there. They're just trying to they're just playing around with that, pissing that guy off. Next person who falls in the ocean, he's like, I'm not upset anymore. Don't swim after you've been feeding. That's just stupid. I watch those videos, those guys getting some of those cages, and then there's the accidents. I'm like, okay, you got in a cage and a however many pound shark decided he was going to beat his way in, and now you've got a problem. Oh, you put yourself down there and made yourself bait. I'm not going to do that either. Don't not enjoy the ocean for that reason. You know, you might just want to go and get in the ocean sometime. I mean, there's some nice places, you know, where you just go and the water's so blue and there's no dangerous sharks around, and there's so many small fish that you know, if you did see one that, you know.
Into the ocean, I'd totally Chevy chase that shit. Remember when they went to the fucking Grand Canyon and vacation and shit? That's what I did to the ocean pretty much. Let that water hit my feet. I was like, this is great. Later.
Dude, that's funny. That's like that's my favorite scene in that movie. Comes out, he's standing there, puts his arm around her. She want to see it. And he's like, yep. I can relate.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Yep. Because he had just taken, that's because he just changed the money, right? He put the check, took the cash out of the register, and didn't have any money. Oh, man. That's funny. He was a funny guy. He still is a funny guy. Kind of odd, but who isn't?
Aren't we all, though? Especially in our older age.
Unique. They want you to be cookie cutters. Cookie cutters. They want people to be cookie cutters. They're easier to sell stuff to if they're all the same and they can market easily. So it seems anyway. But uniqueness and diversity is where life is. You know, I want to know what everybody else is eating so I can enjoy the different foods. I don't want to just go to the same place unless that's all I want to eat, you know. But if there's somebody else that has a new ingredient that makes my food I've been eating for 10 years taste a little different and make me go, hey, what's that? What's the flavor in that? I haven't tried that before. Kind of like planting lots of seeds. I want the different flavors. So the same things in people. Everybody out there has a unique gift that they've been given, a unique something, personality, traits, kindness, encouragement, all kinds of different stuff that comes out of people. And it's all unique to help the other people. So express yourself. Don't be a commercial. I know most people watching this channel have already stepped out into a place where they don't want to be like everybody else, but they know there's something connected to humanity. So they are trying to be loving as best they've been taught, me included. I thought about that question last night more. You said about the music. Today, I was thinking about that. And I boiled it down to when I'm listening to music, and I thought about the question you said, does that reflect how you feel about that person? And I said, I wanted to know about their experience. Well, I'm looking for the truth in their words to try to understand everybody better. To understand each person, including myself. You know, I got to look in the mirror every time. If I want to help the person beside me, and it's something they need correction in their life. You know, you want to give them whether they're teaching the tool, hey, that's not the way to use the tool. I'm gonna have to tell you, this is a better way to do it. If you don't want to listen to me, you might lose your finger. You know, that kind of thing on the job. Don't use the skill saw that way, freaking rookie, freaking greenhorn. Don't be doing that shit. You know, you got to do that sometimes in life. So you want to find the right way to do it. Anyway, I'm stoned, so I just got off on a rabbit trail and forgot what I was talking about. And music and finding truth in it. So I appreciated that. I thought about that more today.
Well, I found that there are people that actually will hold whatever happens in the artist, and that goes for art as well. You know, not just music. Music's not the only expression of artistic, you know, art. But so, like even with Van Gogh, cut his ear off there. Do you hold the fact that he was, you know, wasn't all there against his beautiful works of art? Do you
No, no,
hold
hell no.
if
He was
something
going through an
crazy
emotional
happens in
thing.
that musician's life? Do you
Hey,
not
dude,
listen to their music?
I
You know what
got
I'm
I
saying?
got hands that hurt really bad, and some of that hurts is because I took my anger out on concrete freaking walls and shit instead of people. So does that reflect? Are you going to hold that against me if I grow the best plant, you know, or if I wrote a song? No, I'm not going to hold it against them. No, he was going through whatever he went through, and he decided this is how I'm making my statement, and he cut his ear off. You know, he had to make this. You know, that would be better. It's better to take a stance and hold that stance at whatever cost it is to you. And there's actually, it says there's some people who are eunuchs, some people who are self-made eunuchs, some people who are made eunuchs by others, and some people who make themselves eunuch. So there's some people sexually they were made slaves, and they're made that way so they would never have sexual, you know, feelings towards the people they were protecting, right? And there's some people who have actually, and there's one from Michigan, right? He was a medical guy. He's one of your food guys who decastrated himself. He did it himself, doctor. And so he wouldn't have the thought of having sex. He never wanted to have sex. So just to get rid of that, he did it to himself. And there's people who went and said,
Fucking
taking the route of no sex.
Tesla did that shit to himself. Then later in life fell in love. Yeah, Tesla fucking mutilated his testicle so he wouldn't have to think about that. He had more time to put his mind.
Hey, that's between him and his creator.
Wow.
I can't say you can't do it. So I would.
Put a rubber band around that shit and fucking rock it for like really?
There's no band. You don't do a band. You cut them.
Nuh-uh, you can't cut them. You got.
No, you don't cut them. You cut your sack open, and then you cut just like you would on an animal. Then you cut it off, and it don't hurt that long. It'd be like cutting in yourself and going through a wound if you had some painkillers.
That's how they fix you, Smiley.
Yeah,
they
this
go
is
in
your
there and they
sack
cut
we're talking about though. This ain't like a normal cut and just going.
You cut your sack open and you cut your nuts out.
They go in, yeah. They go in, they cut the veins to your fucking balls.
Well, I know a
At least
doctor
one of
does
them.
that, but you don't just do a home fucking vasectomy that way.
Oh,
Like,
no.
But if you're
trust me, I'm not doing one anywho's.
yeah,
I love my
that's
junk.
what
I
I'm
hurt
talking
my shit with.
about, you're not
Oh,
just fucking going at that shit with a knife.
God, no.
Whoa, buddy. Hey, slow down.
Hey, listen, if you had the medication,
Just in there smiling. A pair of
wait.
fucking players like fucking, what was that movie? Stir
This is a
Crazy.
big pair of scissors.
that's,
See that tea bag.
there is no medical
Gonna
advice being
smash
given
'em
on,
like
given on the
grapes.
TV show tonight. Nobody here is giving medical. Do not attempt any of these discussions at home.
Right?
Disclaimer.
What the fuck, man? I don't know. I guess a rubber band would probably be the safest way if you're just gonna
No.
tie it off the string.
No,
Yeah.
you cut it
Rubber
open.
band.
You have to
Yeah,
cut
Isn't
it
that how
open.
they do male
You cut 'em
dogs?
out.
It's
They
like
fall
this
off.
fucking.
Works for the steers.
Yeah, they fall off
Cut
in
'em
2
up.
weeks.
No, it's not the healthiest way for a steer. It is not the healthiest way for an animal. You get on and watch Dirty Jobs, Mike Rowe doing sheep. They literally take them and put them in their mouth and pop it.
Yeah,
and you put your mouth on it and pop it in your mouth. That's how a sheep farmer who wants it done quick does it. And they're clean. They're cleaning them before they do it.
I get it. After my third child, I literally threatened to fucking have like a big boulder that sat out front. I threatened to sit on that fucker and just smash my junk with a rock if somebody didn't get fixed. I ended up being the one. I lost the battle, but I didn't have to smash my junk with a fucking rock.
Listen,
unfortunately, I got the schoolhouse vasectomy. You remember
you're just cutting the bottom. Right? Hey, Smiley, this is hypothetical, nobody out there do this, but if you were going to do it, you would take them out of a hole only as big as enough to get them out, right? And it'd be at the bottom of your sack. Wait a second. It'd be at the bottom of your sack. You would put a painkiller on it. You would antiseptic it. He was a medical doctor. He did himself, right? And he would open it up, right? Cut it open, pop them out, cut each one off separately, I can solder them all.
Clearly finish this story.
I've already given this whole description because I've seen grown men. First time I told them about how the best way to do a go-go, grab themselves and go, oh, don't tell that story again. Big old men, if you could grab a hold of me and bigger than me to toss me across the room, tell the story, and they're all going, oh, dude, don't stop that, man. You know? So it's kind of fun to tell a story. But yeah.
I don't know how we got into that, man, but there's got to be something else to talk about.
Well, because it was yeah. You know, it's an analogy of I was using it for who knows what now, but it got a good rabbit hole discussion going. Well, it's not the rabbit hole. It's the what is it? The weed nerd hole, right? Weed nerd.
It's a weed nerd hole.
Weed nerd hole.
Weed nerd world.
Weed nerd space. Jack got on. I saw Jack got on earlier. He was whacked out, man. He was like, I ate all these kind of edibles. And somebody brought up space and time and space. So I just thought about it. You know. Yeah, catch the cheap homegrown show. It was funny.
Missed it.
Haven't seen Jack on here. Where's he been? Taking a break?
I think he's changed his sleep schedule. A little bit.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it, man. I wanted to run my lights during the daytime. They just don't make any sense when you got to run heat at nighttime. I'd have to run heat. It just don't make any sense.
I'll get shit done during the day, even though I got lights on during the day, man. It's harder to me, fucking phones, people, dogs. You know what I mean? That's heat and the price of electricity were one of the fucking few things that made me initially want to start growing at night. And then it became a little bit of time availability, those three things. But then I noticed after doing it for a while, I was like, fuck, man, I got the run of the house, man. This is kind of nice, man. I fucking do anything I want, man. I watch whatever I want. Fucking this is the shit. So it kind of became more and more of a thing.
But you still don't sleep that many hours, dude. Shit.
67 million. 60. What's 67? What am I missing in chat?
67. That was a good year to be born.
Oysters. Who's better than, don't want to be eating the mountain oyster salmon.
Love that mountain oyster, baby. It's not like Chevy Chase ate on the movie. That's not how you eat them. That's not the right thing.
Back to mountain.
Still nuts.
It's just a muscle.
You don't put them in your mouth like Mike Rowe either. Like you don't put goat balls in your mouth. It's not
just
normal.
meat, man. It's like the brain. It's like the heart.
Meat. That's what she said. No, that's what she said.
That's the bull. That's the bull getting the last laugh right there.
No, because
you may have eaten my meat, but these my nuts now, motherfucker.
Yeah, because he becomes then he goes from being a bull to a steer, and he's still alive, and he's just living a normal
You're
life.
Standing at the table, you know what's in your mouth? These nuts.
These nuts.
They fill a 5-gallon bucket up in 10 minutes, man.
Well, glass of milk with those oysters.
Why are we back out talking about fucking nuts? I just tried to change the subject. Stop.
I think it'd be a good fertilizer.
I think they put him in all Wendy's, McDonald's. I think all the fast food use them in their hamburgers.
Good warm food.
Good reason.
I could be wrong.
Not to fucking eat any
Somebody else
food.
told me that. I don't
Well, hot dogs no more.
It's like a new thing to ferment now. The fermented sheep nuts.
Do you think they know that when they're asking for that? But I'm loving it. Come on, look at the camera and say it. Say it.
Think about it this way: when you're thinking about the typical, it doesn't get beat around, right? It's not beat around. It's not bruised. It's not all beat up. It's a very tender meat.
Not at that point, yeah.
It's not kicked around. I mean, you let an animal don't like to have its nuts kicked any more than you do. So they're tender. They're not beat up. They're not rubbed against the fence, beat against a tree. You know, it's a tender meat. And they take them when they're like about this big, about the ostrich egg, well, that's maybe smaller than ostrich egg. Yeah. Big duck egg, about when they're kept, about steers about 400 pounds. And that's when they have put as much as they want for the testosterone level to get the growth rate. But if you really want to grow a cow out and you want to get a bull out and meat out,
I really just want to change the
fastest, you let them keep them the whole time, and then if you really want to do it right, then you cut him off when he's 2,000 pounds and let him live 30 more days and feed him, and all the testosterone gets out of his body.
Time out. We only have 10 minutes to talk about balls from now on. That's a new rule.
That's good meat,
man.
Go through Texas.
Is there a
5 minutes.
possibility I come over to your
Testicle
house?
talk.
You're gonna be
Stop-
serving up cabbage
stop-
rolls, cabbage rolled mountain out oysters. And shit.
Stop in Amarillo, Texas. Get yourself some at the Texas.
I second your motion, Green Fingers. I second that motion. There needs to be
Yeah,
a time
thank you.
limit on the testicle
Big
talk,
Texas.
Testicle time out.
right? It's so funny.
Okay. Now we'll talk about vaginas for 4 hours.
Hey man, somebody else. Okay, now I brought this one up somewhere else. Somebody else, I can't talk about it.
Why did he get so legible that he said that and shit? That's the first time
How
we
about
really
tongue?
heard him say
How about
something
cow tongue?
super
You like cow
clear.
tongue? You like cow tongue?
I've actually ate cow tongue. It ain't all bad.
Yeah. Lingua. It's really
Lingua.
Green
good.
Fingers went off to get his fucking whiteboard and shit.
Well, if you ever want good cow
This
tongue,
is
get it at
clitorius.
the best
He's got a
cow tongue
laser pointer.
is that Italian? Is it an old style Italian restaurant? And the only one I can recommend is downtown San Francisco. So, it's good stuff, man. It's done right. Yeah, cow tongue, oxtail, all that stuff.
Oxtail's good. It's more expensive now than it used to
You
be.
got you're okay with eating the part swinging right by his shit all the time, but you don't want,
The skin's gone.
you wipe off the ass all day long, and I'll feed you the tail.
I'm not a ball person. I just don't like balls in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone with that statement.
I'm with you on that either. For calf fries. I'm not putting balls.
No. Green Fingers, where's your pipe at? You gotta tell me that when you're hitting that pipe.
I don't even know, but the penis tip is in my mouth when I smoke that. So no balls in my mouth. When I find it, I'll tell you.
Can't say I've ever had cow penis.
I don't mind a penis on my lips once in a while, but fuck. It's got to be made of like stone or something. It can't be a flesh one, like a real one. If it's fake, it's fake. If it's fake, it's
Hey,
not
but
real.
listen. Until I had one, the only thing I had knew was about what Chevy Chase did, and I didn't want nothing to do with one. So all I'm saying, if you get a chance, somebody puts it in front of you and say, "Where's the cocktail sauce?"
Speaking of earlier on the Cheap Home Grow show, Cheddar Bob was on. I was gonna see if Jack would ask him about the Cheddar Gate and see if we could get a comment from him on that. It didn't ever come up. So.
Oh, they didn't bring it up. Would have been funny though. Somebody should have asked.
Right. We'll start the new conspiracy. Cheddar Gate is real.
I got the tapes.
Right.
You got the tapes to prove it. Like R. Kelly.
That would be funny to doctor up some Instagram footage of fucking him doing something. So it looks like he's like shaking something onto a lobster and throwing it into a box.
Have you guys seen the papaya fucker? The papaya fucker? It's like the greatest videos I've ever seen. The guy's just like fucking the shit out of papayas. And the guy like always catches him. So you fucking papaya fucker, get out of my papaya. And then like he goes to shoot him and shit. Every fucking video the guy makes. Fucking hilarious. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. But I'll change the subject. Instagram. Hilarious. Somebody stole my pipe. Man.
Must have been that papaya fucker.
Yeah, right? Fucking papaya fucker. No, he died. He actually got shot. They shot him.
Instagram. Somebody said Instagram. I deleted like hundreds of my followers a while back because they just weren't followers. I don't have that many anyway, but I'm still thinking, man, where's the damn forum that is not going to cancel everybody? I'm watching all these people who have all these accounts, and it's just like, I don't like doing business with people who treat people who've been around that way that long. I just don't like it. I won't buy from you. So I'm about ready to walk away from it altogether again. It just pisses me off. You see somebody out there and you
Better
don't.
than getting pissed on. Better than getting pissed on. Trust me.
Maybe.
I don't know. If you're cold, you probably enjoy it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm just kidding.
Or if you're a fan of R. Kelly, if you're an R. Kelly fan, you might like it.
Anybody who's had a baby piss in their face when they're trying to change a diaper knows it's not fun to get pissed on.
Right.
Okay. Another timeout. No more urine talk for like 5 minutes.
Are you saying you've never changed a diaper?
No, my grandma's diaper. I used to change my grandma's diaper, and she pissed on me. Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I've been pissed on by my grandpa too. So,
Yeah.
and my nephews. And
Cheers to you, man. A shout out to you.
Yeah, I've been pissed
I'd
on
pay
way
somebody
too
else
much.
to do it, I guess. I'd help them, but I don't think I can do it. I'm serious.
Oh, it's easy. You just fucking get the water hose and shoot
No,
them
I
down.
couldn't do it because my back anyway. Because I know me, I'd be joking the whole time like, yes, I'll help you. I'd just be laughing the whole time. I'd be trying to make it feel better. You better
that's what
shut
they
up. I
want.
can hear you better shut up. That's not fun.
They're the ones that make it a joke because they don't want to be embarrassed about it. It's like they're grown ass adults. They can't do it no more. They can't wipe their own ass or nothing. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, make it a joke, Otherwise, it's not funny no more. But yeah, it became a job for 10 years.
Yeah. It's not a fun place to be where you you can't you think you can't do it yourself anymore. I've lived there a few times in the last couple of years. It's not a good place to think. Can I get onto the toilet and actually wipe my own ass and not be more hurt than I was before I started and actually finish this?
Yeah, can I survive taking the shit by myself, taking the shower by myself, doing anything by myself? Like, I could die.
Not being able to wipe your own ass is not fun.
Yeah,
no.
Not even. I had a shoulder injury just like from rollerblading once, and I couldn't lift my arm, and I had to use the other arm, and I was like just not used to it, and I was like, what?
Messy. It's
like,
fucking messy as fuck. You think you got things under control. Stop using your regular hand. Just try to wipe your ass with your opposite hand. Just one time and see how coordinated you really are.
I'm ambidextrous, so because I got hit in the face with a baseball bat, and it changed my whole life. Boom, everything changed when that happened. Like, it changed my brain so much to where I could use both sides like evenly. Like, it fucked me up good. It was a good mess.
That's why I'm standing up. I sit down last night on the show, and I get having such a good time and forget about the pain and forget about how I'm supposed to be sitting. And I got off where I get up this morning and I go, oh shit, I sat there in one position too long, one spot too long. And I was like, I should have been stretching.
See, this is where I stand. I don't sit down. I stand right there.
The brownies have a double effect. They make you feel good and forget about your pains, and some of your pain can go away, but then you're also set in a position that you're like, oh shit, I shouldn't have been in a position that long.
Yeah, I can't sit down at all. Fuck. If I sit down, I'll either fall asleep because I get too high, or my back will get fucked up.
Is there any purple strains that are any good? Like I don't know. I think all purple strains suck. Change my mind.
I like a lot of them. That's the whole problem. Like, I grow a lot of them.
You
that
like
I like
a lot of like a true purple strain,
No,
or
not
like
a true purple
I
strain.
turned my room cold purple strain.
No, like a hybrid, like a fucking half and half, like where it's still gonna have green stripes and have purple, like going up it. Or like it's not like a true purple because like it'd be like granddaddy plus fucking whatever, and then it's like it's a poly hybrid. So most polys that I have are all purple, and my room's 90 degrees in there right now. They're all purple. I'll show you guys. Everything's purple.
Purple. Is it good?
Signal to your purple question.
No, there's one.
Good for extracts. That's it. They're good to look at. Good for extracts. If you can extract them, a lot of the purple strains are actually shitty for extraction purposes. For some reason, they seem to be more of a a water-based protection or shell, or versus like oily shell. They don't wash well anyways. More of a hydrocarbon extraction.
I heard that. Yeah, you said they suck at wash, right? Yeah, that's what I heard too. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to change the subject. So,
Good call. Good call.
so green fingers, I'm talking about like a purple and flower, like a purple flower though, like not purple stress.
Not yet. Those are the first time I'm running these. So those are all the new clones that I got, but they're all like hype strains. So like, yeah.
But you're on the hype train. Choo choo.
No, just these ones. They're like all the hype stuff. Well,
Like, what's the
OG,
hype? What's
like,
the hype? Throw it down. What's the hype?
Yeah. What you got?
This is off my fan.
What is it? Is that the double diamonds or the triple diamonds? Oh, you got the triple diamonds? What?
Ex-wife.
Yeah, it's like
Wife.
they got like a lot of the
That one's
old.
got
Why
a
would you want
suck.
that strain?
I was just gonna say that one's
Yeah.
gonna suck, dude. I hate being around.
Right? Why would you want to keep your ex-wife around?
Ghost
Seriously.
OG,
My
Ghost
ex-wife.
OG times trophy wife. So I don't know. Ghost OG sounds decent. Trophy wife. And then I got all these other shit.
And they expect everybody to say nice things about it. Yeah, it tastes good. Yeah, I gotta have that. Yeah, I bet you do.
I want it again.
Sour animal.
Sour
Like
and cookies.
sour diesel times animal cookies.
Now you're
And we
talking.
got
Sounding better. Thought you said hype train though. I guess animal cookies, yeah, hype train.
SoCal Master Kush times San Fernando Valley OG. Those are two
Julius
kind of.
Caesar.
Hey, Eagle. So you got it. If you want to go to that big water, you got it. If you go to Jamaica, you got to go to that big water. There's me and my ex-wife in Jamaica. My late ex-wife.
Biggest 2 mile.
We're out about
Newest
big
hype.
water.
I'll
We'll make
go.
that a hype
Won't be
train.
my boat.
Take it.
You don't fly? You won't fly?
Yeah, I'll fly. I love to fly. First thing I thought when I got in the plane for the first time is I gotta jump out of this bitch. I would definitely, yeah.
A
No
pure
water.
Christian sour diesel.
There in Jamaica, you get a mimosa or a red stripe when you land. You know, before you land, they give you a mimosa or a red stripe.
That's my ice cream cake.
I take both.
Alien pebbles.
You would like Jamaica. What's that there?
Alien
Fruity
Pebbles.
Pebbles
That's
from
what-
Alien.
Pebbles.
I
Yeah,
had that
that's
when
the
I
biggest
went
one.
somewhere in the-
That bitch.
Okay, so you buy yours all as clones?
Yeah, my mom bought them for me. They were all presents. So I
Damn.
didn't get to choose.
Nice.
I didn't choose none of them, but yeah, I didn't even choose the seeds. Like all these are the seeds she bought for me too. She got me the Burmese banana berry from Equilibrium. That's all these.
Nice gift.
Yeah. And she got me the chocolate turnover from Equilibrium. That's over here. Let's see. That's the
Did you crack them? Oh, you did crack them. Oh, yeah.
they popped up. There they are.
Choco taco.
Little girl.
That's one of the great stoner fucking treats right there.
And these ones are all the same. Well, not these ones. These ones. Chocolate turnover. I popped all of them. Might as well. And this was a gift of one of my seeds back to me from my uncle. It was supposed to be a pineapple crossed with a something that smelled like chocolate that I had. So let's see what it turns out like. This is a purple one, or more gray. It kind of turns out like a grayish color.
Now, how old is that?
This one's a couple, like a month. I don't know. I was gifted it last week, but it was just a baby. Like it just had little baby fucking like these ones. It was like this size when I got it. Now it's that big. But it's a different indica instead of my sativa regular. Like this is what I usually grow.
Is that a clay pot you have it in? Or is that
That's
plastic?
what they gave it. Yeah, that's what they gave it to me in. I still haven't took it out.
You ever run into problems? You can run into problems if there's damn roots all on the sides.
Yeah, that's
You're gonna
what I
take it
think
out
it's so.
soon.
Yeah, I gotta take it out like by tomorrow already. It's fucking started getting little roots popping through the hole. Fucking earwigs were crawling out of there. That's a
Nice
problem.
looking.
And then this one smells like peaches, but it ain't doing the good.
Peach, son.
Yeah. And that's another one of the purple ones that I fucking.
Yeah. See, that's why I gotta keep popping seeds. There's too many flavors out there, too many smells I haven't smelled, you know.
But it takes so fucking long indoors. I can't wait because even when they're finished, they're never cloudy. The heads are always clear. So when they finish, the heads are still clear. Like, what the fuck? Finish, motherfucker. Like, I'm not waiting fucking any longer than fucking 70 days, 80 days. Like, what the fuck? I have to run it 100 and something days just to get a fucking. Like, that's way too long. You know, it's way too long for these motherfuckers to finish. Indoors, outdoors, they're perfect. They get really big. Indoors, you can't do nothing but trim them down.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
I gotta,
Yeah,
it's just
I
too
can
big.
attest to that.
I don't got that big of ceilings. It might look that big, but my hand is almost touching it. I could jump and touch it. And I'm short. I'm short as fuck. And I could touch that shit. So it's not that fucking tall. It just looks tall. That's why these lights are perfect. Because once they
You
get
got
all
all
the way
kinds of lights in there. You don't even.
yeah, that will turn on when these are almost like when they just need a little hardening off and it's really cold during the wintertime, like February. I'll be running that. When these are almost done, that's when these should be done is by January. These ones. No, these ones. These ones. What the fuck? Yeah, these ones should be done by then. Some of them are 50 days. Like the so yeah, they're like
I gotta have clones ready. I gotta have clones ready to go outside in February. And that's the only clones I'm gonna put out. They say if you put seeds out in February, they'll keep going, but if you put clones out, they'll finish. They're nice. I like that room though. I like those open beams like it.
yeah, that's fucking nice. I was gonna hang my bed up like that.
Yeah,
My
man,
dogs
it's
can sleep
access.
under it, so they can't sleep on my bed. Like I could raise it high enough for my dogs not to get on there, but I still haven't done that. I still haven't done that shit. It's fucking. I gotta take my sheeting off every day, or there's fucking pee all over it. So I gotta put it up on top of my fucking shit. Yeah, it's a fucking hassle. But I do it because I love them.
The dogs.
Yep, they're everywhere. I don't know where the rest of them are.
You got a house full of dogs.
So,
Oh,
we talking shit. This castration is violent. That's fucking funny.
You got plenty of CO2.
oh hell yeah.
I'm thinking about that earlier today. Somebody got a lot of dogs,
Come
man.
on,
They're putting off a
Marshall.
lot
You
of
know
congestion
anything goes from this portion of the channel.
and a lot of heat.
I let my dogs go pee, but I hear the neighbor's dog barking. Go look at the greenhouse. Oh, check the thermometer. Oh, temperature. Not bad.
Not the
Nice.
20s, but I'm taking a dab.
I like that.
Let's see
We're
what
calling
it
that
is.
up here.
Whoa.
Excuse me. A little bit
We're
of
probably in
hiccups
the
there.
50s, 40s.
For the record, that Red Bill did not give me wings.
You know what?
I just wanted to say, for the record, that Red Bull did not give me wings. Not, not even a little bit. All right, I was dabbing. That's what I was doing.
But if you took one of Red Pill's dabs, you'd have wings.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying for. I'm dabbing right now. I'm going in for the dab. Gonna go for the blood pressure spike.
You should be able to have a plant that does the same thing, that where you don't have to even have to have coffee, you know. So there's
Well,
stuff out
Yeah.
there.
a lot of those strains, I do have a couple of strains that are like that. But a lot of those strains that I had that are like that for me are basically a one and done strain. What I'm saying there is if I smoke one of them joints, I'm good, I'm active, and I'm, getting shit done. But if I sit here and like have that very same strain and I double up, man, I fucking one, I'm all good, fire up another one, and I'm fucking fighting to stay awake. Two's too many. One's fucking got me running, two's fucking got me off foul slot.
I understand.
Yeah.
I need more sativa leaning strains. I need to pop them. I haven't popped them yet. All the stuff I have, OG heavy or OG in the middle, that middle range.
Yeah, mine are all OG related too, though.
That
But
was good.
I got the sativa dominant, like the SFV OG, that fucking 80% sativa or whatever the fuck it was. But this is the most sativa I get.
There's where I go, oh man, if I would have kept the cuts at least two, if not three of the cuts, at least the one that I'm getting ready to do the seed hunt on, number 5. I go all the time. I go, man, if I would have kept a cut of that, I never would have had to go to anything for nub, because that 70/30 on that is just perfect, man. It's that lemon pine.
What's that say, Eagle?
That was some blueberry gelato live resin from
Nice.
Kiwi's Delights here in
Kiwis
Michigan.
Delight, that's whatever. Nice.
Oh
Sweet.
man, it was pretty fucking delicious. If you don't mind me saying, it was really, really good.
Never had a dab rig.
What the heck?
No, are you for real?
Man,
Yeah, I'm serious.
you gotta come over here and buy some for cheap as fuck. Like, I'm all out here, they're all over the place. You go to a gas station and buy one.
We got stores all around here, but if you go to a store where they smoke, they're super expensive, and all the other ones are just every cigarette store is also a glass shop, and it's like they don't really know what to recommend or tell you what to get. If you can't tell me and recommend the one that's going to last, a little while, I'll just walk out the door. I won't, spend the 50, 60, 70, $80 for all the tools to do it. I'm just that person. Oh, damn it. You can't help me. I can't come back here and get something else, get a recommendation. So you got to go to the guy who sells the glass. It's $150 and $200, $250. And I'm like, I ain't spending that. So.
Well, that's why I do this right here, Russ.
What's that?
This is fucking maybe $10, and this is what you call like a dab straw nectar collector. And you just heat the tip of this, and then you kind of just take what you need out of the puck. You don't even touch it. You just kind of let that heat melt it down, and you're sucking in the vapors. There are a lot of people
So
that
you're
take
just
it,
you're
like
just heating
jamming
the
it.
end with the torch. You're just heating the tip of that.
Yep, just the last. You can see how where it's like cleaner, just like that last half inch, 3/4 of an inch. That's where I heat, and then
Can you smoke your hash
go
with
in.
that?
I'm sure if it was full melty, you could. I don't see why not. Yeah,
Not
some
temple
good
water.
greasy
You couldn't suck
90.
off the temple
Yeah,
water.
you could always try it. Like I said, if
We
it
could
was,
sit here one night
if
and just.
you light it, why
I
not?
would try it. I'm gonna try it. Where do I buy them on this?
At any glass store. At any glass store, that they should have something like this for about $10.
That whole thing is glass.
You know? Yeah, that's all glass.
Holy shit! Now see, now I would have walked in the store and looked at that, thinking that's not it, because I'm gonna burn my lips.
Oh no, it don't get hot. I mean, the heat really stays down.
Okay,
Here. I mean, it ain't getting nowhere near your hand or your
I got
lips.
you.
It ain't hot.
That makes me want some. I've smoked it. I've smoked some dabs. I'm not a big.
What about the old oils? Do you remember like the old oil pipes where you'd fucking go in with the glass wand and kind of just melt the wax with that? You smoke like earwax?
Yeah, first time.
Basically what
The
you'd
the
smoke.
first and only time I ever did that. I did it for a month, and I wouldn't do it for the first week. I would not do a dab, and that was in Colorado Springs in 2017. I enjoyed that, man, and here's the reason I enjoy it, and it's reason it's maybe I haven't done it, is that there was no cough for me. Somebody was talking about when does they cough. Somebody earlier was talking about how somebody take one of those big long and never cough. Maybe that was last night. I'm like, that would be me. I would never cough on that thing, and I'd just be like, oh wow, man. I mean, like, so
I
I'm like,
remember the first time I hit something in that oil pipe. Oil pipes are cool because they kind of, go back through. You can recycle that wax a little bit. But fucking yeah, man.
my
That
brother had a little
fucking
bubbler.
first time
My
I hit
brother had a
that
little
shit, I remember I was with a bunch of people and they're like, you ever hit that shit? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've hit that shit before. Fucking I hit that shit. My head felt like it instantly shot like 10 feet above my body. It sweats. You good? I'm good. I'm like, holy shit, that was strong.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was strong.
But see, the thing about it is, I like it because it's the oil, because you're not getting all the smoke. I mean, it's I, tur- you never would have had to give it anything but say, hey man, look at taste, get the flavor. I wouldn't have had to know all these different things, right? This one tastes like peach. This one tastes like that, and that's what I like. I would never smoke a vape, nicotine cigarette, because I can get it from the natural. Maybe that's why I don't. But I love when there's somebody walking by and they got like a peach or an apple and they're smoking. It reminds me of somebody who used to smoke, an old timer smoking a pipe. It's like, oh, I love to smell that pipe, man. What's that? Oh man, yeah, I got some apple in here. Back home they smoked a lot of apple tobacco. That's good stuff, man. What's your favorite flavor? I just had to. What's your favorite flavor?
Flavor of what? Tobacco?
No, of dab, of when you're smoking a dab.
Oh, that would be that. I was talking about the other night, the Indigo Daydream I've got from Broly. One time, that shit was fucking amazing. That's by far the best dabs I've ever had. And it had just a slight garlicky little pine taste to it. But man, that shit was fucking. It would, when you fucking took a hit of it, it would like just totally fog your thinking there for a second. Just couldn't even think of anything. Just totally fog out the brain. And then as you exhale, it just kind of like cleaned everything out in your head. And like you were really focused after that, Dad. Just like
Indigo
laser
daydreams.
focused.
What's the Turk profile? It sounds to me like it'd be something in a sweet a sweet fruit.
It's more like a garlicky pine, maybe a
Garlic.
slight hint of floral to it. But yeah, that shit was amazing effect. I mean, even if you had like you were in like anxiety like mode, you could take a dab of that shit, and it would just, like I said, it would just clear out the mind. Just like
You said that was for Growy stuff.
thinking about this. Yeah, yeah.
He got that's who they mentioned earlier. He was on the Michigan Grow Show. He's going to be a what they call him
Was it a panel member?
a what?
A panel member?
Yeah, but he's going to be a
I forgot the joke.
Gave him
that they
another
said.
name where he's going to.
Yeah, I
forgot anyway because they canceled him. He got canceled on Instagram for like the third or fourth time.
Oh shit.
Nobody talks about the one that. Are you guys still using it? Forum or whatever?
Which one?
Cannabis something.
Cannabis. I never was too big on Cannabis. On my older Samsung, it would lock up all the time, and on the new Samsung, it seems to work okay, but it's just another one. Just I've honestly kind of lost my fucking want to with a lot of them things. A lot of times I log on and claim my name just so I have my name and nobody's running around fucking with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I've had so many fucking forums shut down on me after like you put in so much work and shit, and then you go log on one day and it's fucking not a thing anymore. It's like, what the fuck? Come on. I spent 3 years in this forum and now it's gone.
and for the record, we paid. Well, the last I looked, that was $23 up here delivered. Farmer and the Felon is $23.08.
Yep, it's the cheapest one you can get, and it's the last seasonal project. So
they sell good weed, man. That like I guess maybe some people would consider it mids, but I got some shit from them, and I was like, that was nice.
It's not mids at all.
No, it was good.
Found a seed after I smoked it. I was pissed off. I was like, man, that would have been the best seed I would have fucking.
Yeah, man.
Fucking.
That's good delivered weed in the high desert, man. That pack is $23 an eight, man. Or what is it? What is it an OZ? I haven't bought it in a while. I never did buy an ounce of it.
Shit, the last one I got was $100. $100 for an ounce.
I've seen 808 Rudy prospects posting pictures of fucking $5 and $6 eights. $5 and $6 eights.
Yeah, man. You drive across the California border into Oregon, and the first town you come into, there'll be signs on the road, and that was 2018. There were signs that had $2 a gram, $3 a gram, $2.50 a gram, and then you go into the store, and there'd be 13 jars there, and it'd be the $18 gram jar, and a $15, and a 14, and a 12, and I guess that's how you had it before, right? When they delivered it, and you used to be able to take it to the shop, people. Is that the way it was there for you? Man, that was nice, man. He wasn't handling it all the time. Sure, they're going to open and selling that. But he'd open that jar, take the lid off. Here, take a bud out. Here, smell
That's the way your body knows. Your body knows. Your nose knows. That's where you should be choosing, not fucking looking at a piece of paper trying to cipher out, is this good for me?
And that's, see, they lied.
That's all it took.
They lied to me, man. Because see, I went up to Oregon and I bought Pineapple Express pre-rolls, and they were fucking off the chart, man. They were killer. And then I came back to California, and That was right after I moved here, and I went up there for a while before I ever started buying a lot of stuff down here. And I was getting pre rolls down here, going, what the fuck? This tastes like
I've
brickweed. I
never
don't
got a
want your
fucking
free
never
pre-roll with
ever
every
here in
order. I'm like,
Michigan.
man, they give you a
Anywhere got
free
good
pre-roll with every order. I'd be like, hey man, just keep it. Can you give me an extra gummy? I don't want the pre-roll.
I had bought the upper shelf pre-rolls. I have never gotten a pre-roll where I've been like, damn, this is good.
Oh,
Never, never. I usually bitching the whole fucking time I smoke it. Can't believe I paid for this shit.
These are the cheap ones, and they were pretty
I don't
good.
know who the company was,
Bong Buddies.
but it was Southern Oregon, and it was somebody who, you know, brown packaging. I bet they're still around, as good as their stuff was every time you got it. And it was like 3 joints in a pack, 3 or 5 joints in a little box. I think it was 3, and they just burned and burned and burned. It was sweet and tasted like pineapple, and I had never had Pineapple Express. And it was like, I smoked a half joint, and I was sitting out in the woods by the streams and for hours going, holy shit. And then I got back to California. I'm like, fuck this shit. Don't ever give me another one. So, and then you learn they're just getting rid of their stuff. They should actually be turned into hash or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the bottom of a pound.
Oh man, I can't wait to make some hash. I have got a good supply of material to run. Long overdue. Thinking about just playing. I've already started cleaning out the freezer for ice. It's kind of funny when you're fucking cleaning out the deep freezer for ice and you're like making judgment on what could go. This has been in there for a while. I don't fucking get that fucking out of here.
What's the temperature?
Need room for ice. Need
temperature?
room for ice.
Under 40? Are you trying to get a room or are you trying to go outside where it's under 32?
No, I could give a shit about that. Even though this round I am thinking about setting up outside, but even that, man, the process takes so long. I've never been out, especially in the winter. You got from around here, you got from like 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've never had that short of hash session. Never. I'd be fucking at one point turning on lights or some shit. Fucking in this round, it's gonna be a couple of days. I'm just gonna fucking, keep working, fucking take a quick 4-hour nap or something, throw the bags, fill the machine up with some ice, fucking take a
You have a lot to
snooze,
do, right?
go right
You
back
have a lot.
at it.
You have a
Well,
lot.
I got a 20-gallon machine at that, man. I can wash pretty much a 5-gallon bucket at a time. But you're not washing that just once. You're gonna wash a couple, at least 3 runs, 3 quick washes.
Wow. I
60
watched the guy
gallons
do it
out
on.
of that.
I watched the guy do it through a handkerchief. He had another brat online. He's somewhere on an island somewhere. I was just watching it. I was like, wow, check that out. Because I've been thinking about it. You got all in buckets, and I'm about space, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to use 5 buckets or 6 buckets, take that much space up, and have another thing to store. And I'm like, how do I do this and not take a lot of space up? Maybe I'll buy the Bubble Man bags.
They're no different.
That's just a 1 bucket system, right?
Well, yeah, you can do it.
You can
but
do
it's
that
harder.
with any of the bags.
It's hard with. It's just
Any
harder.
of them
That's why
bag
they use-
systems.
Yeah.
So if I
That's why you go use more than 1 bucket, because it's easier to separate them than it is to pull off 1 bag and then deal with a floppy fucking bag.
are you saying
Yeah,
that
they're all
the ones that you
all
have
the
that
bag systems are meant to be a 1 bucket system, to where you
Wow.
interstack them and pull one out at a time. You know what I mean? You put them all in each other, then pull them out one at a time. My system just speeds up the draining and allows me to work with more volume before I have to start pulling bags. And the way mine's set up, as I pull out that top ring, that 1 bag, the tower itself is still working, still draining
Well, I
While
only have
I'm
a
working
freezer.
on the one bag.
I have a freezer full. That's it to do. So,
It's tough to Smiley Face Studios. It's tough to do a chat giveaway, and you're not on the show, so it's tough for me to make sure everything gets sent out. Be part of it. I'd like to give away some of them seeds, but it's hard to run a giveaway.
so what? How long you think it's going to take me to
I
cook
should
the
brought
wood,
out
the alcohol off that cannabis in that quart jar?
to evaporate it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it outside on an electric burner.
Good fucking 12 hours, I would think.
Damn it. Maybe I'll have to ride
Even
into
it-
the desert with my generator.
Even if it's just sitting out there, it's still evaporate.
Oh, I don't have to cook it. It'll just evaporate. I could do it outside, just evaporate it.
Cooking
just
speeds it
inside.
up, but it is alcohol. It will evaporate.
Well, hell, I could. Okay, here's a question: would it hurt the plants? Could I set it in my grow room and let it just suck through the filters?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You mean just a fumes? Like,
You're a
Does
smoker
carbon
at
kill
that.
the
I don't
fumes?
know.
Does carbon kill the fumes? Well, I could turn all my gas products off. I was just curious.
What are you making? What are you trying to evaporate? The alcohol, or is it?
Yeah, it's 99 ISO. I'm just trying to evaporate. I put it in frozen bud, and I put a jar full of filled the jar up, covered it completely. That and about 2 grams of hash, 2 grams of dry stuff that I didn't like the flavor of, so I just threw it in there. I'm not gonna waste it. I don't know. I've never done it, so I mean, everybody cooks it down. They want to get done quick. I guess does it do the same process? And it's going to do the same process, just sitting out in the sun, evaporate.
Dr.
Yeah,
Buzz
you're trying
Lightyear
to
says it's
evaporate.
best to evaporate it with hot bath.
Hot bath.
Like a Dutch boiler. What were you gonna say, Smiley? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just gonna say, I don't think it matters how it's heated up, right? It's just trying to evaporate off. I don't think.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
would
trying to
think
evaporate.
by heating it up, you are kind of well. I don't know. Do you plan on decarboxylating it before you soak it, or are you just gonna soak it? Because if you don't decarboxylate it and you just let it evaporate, it'd still be a good medicine, but it won't be
No, I didn't decarb it.
psychoactive. Like
I didn't decarb it. It's fresh off the plant. I did fresh frozen bud and put back in the freezer.
See, by heating it a little bit with the warmer, then you are slightly doing it. But I don't think most of them, like a chocolate melter, like I use, only gets up to like 130,
Yeah,
135. I don't think it starts decarboxylating until like 165.
it takes longer. Your weed will decarb, but it's carb sitting out overnight. You know, it's decarbing some, just sitting and aging. So they say. I don't know what it. To me, it just gets stronger. So they've made a term up that says it's decarboxylated. I just know it gets stronger. Yeah, that stuff I made with the year-old stuff from the seeds. Oh man, that's the stuff I got in trouble with. I mean, it was strong. The brownies were so strong, man. That was from the shake, all the stuff that just in jars from all the de-seeded buds. I had like 2 or 3 ounces in there. I was like, well, I'll use some out of this too. And I took it out and I mixed it together. It made it really dark because it was all fine and powder. But boy, it puts you on. It did the job well, especially when you want to sleep, it just bam, you know, out. OG. Thanks for giving that to us, Rick Simpson, or whoever did first. Bring it out into the light. I appreciate it.
I think Pedro was talking about how Dizzy found the perfect fucking formula or something. Or yeah, fuck the old way. Like they found like the perfect formula. I was too high. I wasn't paying attention, but Pedro, yeah, like that. He's like an expert at all that shit. Well, yeah, he'd be a great guest.
I just wanted to make some RSO. So
Again, I'm on Pedro again.
I had never tried it, and it's fresh bud off the plant. And we'll see what happens. They said you can use it for that, or you put an FSO or make it fresh frozen, but it would make it sense that you would need to cook it off. I just can't be doing that in my neighborhood. Just you know, that's the one thing I'd be like, no, I better drive out in the middle of the desert and sit out there for all day with my generator and let it run with nobody around. So a little, you know, something to block the window. Crank up the Eagles and smoke 4 or 5 joints.
Nude sunbathing. Just some nude sunbathing in there.
You might run into somebody else out there doing it. You know? You might run into somebody out there who's just dug a pit. I'm sure there's a bunch more out there now. You already have a huge problem with evictions. If you own a house out here and you let it sit and somebody squats on it, good luck getting them out. It could be $1 million house, $4 million house. Well, those guys might be spending the money, but they're not letting them sit and go empty. But there's a lot of houses out here in the desert that are squatters.
All you got to do is get mail in your name for 6 months, and then they really have a hard time getting you out of the house. It's fucking crazy. It's like something they do to like stay in a house. You just go find a house. Hopefully there's snowbirds that don't come down for fucking half the year. House becomes yours pretty much. You get mail in your name, 2 or 3 bills in your name. Nothing they can do. That's fucking pretty much your house.
You must have a lot of money to have me just leave a house set behind and somebody else come to move it.
Yeah, it's a hotel destination.
Yeah, but you don't have a lot of money, you don't have much sense.
Like the Valley.
A lot of people, a lot of money who don't let houses sit around and people taking them over.
Yeah. The Coachella Valley's got $1 million houses, like just Bighorn Golf Club or Country Club got all $1 million houses, and the Hideaway, another country club, $1 million houses. Every house is over $1 million, and those people never come home. Like they're always out of town. So they have like house sitters. Like if you said it, like they'll go squat in your fucking $1 million mansion, and you'll never know. Like just
I know the house I grew up in for 10 years on the Antietam battlefield is now somebody's second home. They bought it for like 1.2 million or something. My dad bought it in the 60s for a whole lot less than that, below 6 figures. Now it's, you know, somebody's second home. It's just wild to watch this piece of history sitting out there thinking they come like 3 months a year or something. I don't know, 6.
Yeah.
Still immaculately kept, laundry kept immaculate. Everything's just it's wild. I mean, if you got it, I guess. I was watching one earlier. They were Jay Leno's second house. They were doing like an appraisal. It popped up in my feed, so I watched it. And did somebody doing appraisals on his furniture in his place in Newport. And I'm like, holy shit, okay, that's a second home right there. He said, yeah, if you're gonna buy something, if you're gonna buy your honey a second home, why don't you buy her castle? I'm talking about his wife. If you're gonna buy your honey a second home, you might as well buy her castle. I'm like, I guess so. Furnished, you know, just buy it furnished. You know, he said, I don't know, this stuff not my style. He said, I just wanted a second home.
I just wish I could live at the casino, like whatever casino. Like we have like 4 or 5 local casinos out here, and I'm addicted to that shit.
That's wasteful to
Gambling.
me.
Mm-mm. I win all the time though, so that's why I'm like I'm only addicted because I found out like I was good luck. Like I went there with some shitty person, and they were like, "Oh my god, I fucking never won before." And then like every time I went after, I was like, "How come I win every time?" Like I didn't like it. Now I fucking love it. Not
Oh
every
no, I
time,
wasn't
but
saying I didn't like that. I was talking about the house situation.
oh fuck, yeah, that house
If I had
situation
if I
is
had
shitty.
5 houses, it'd probably be 5 little cabins or 5 small houses in places I wouldn't want to be at.
Off grid. Off grid's the way to go. My dogs are barking.
Why the hell would
Got
you have
all
five?
the takeovers uploaded to Vimeo except the first episodes. That's I actually uploaded all the takeovers first before I uploaded anything else. So it's
All
all the
500?
takeovers. Oh yeah, all no, just the takeovers and one other episode on the Vimeo channel. All the takeover.
Oh, yeah. That's dope.
I don't know what happened with Spotify. They fucking I started uploading videos to that, and they must have had something. I don't think they were ready for that shit. To be honest with you, because they fucking haven't. They haven't let us fucking upload anything such a day. They fucking it got jammed up to where you could upload it and then it got caught in like a buffering process. They haven't even answered none of the emails or nothing yet, but they've disabled the feature. I actually think I've seen on I think it was Riot Seeds, Matt from Riot Seeds, that they've actually got like a different app now for that Spotify Green Room or something like that. I'm gonna have to look into that. Either way, still being uploaded over there. Just not video yet.
Holy shit.
Got my hopes all up and everything. That's one of the things, man. I do it sometimes too, even though times like announce shit before it's actually set in stone. You know what I mean? Actually in the fucking let it out there and then it doesn't happen and shit. So, I knew I shouldn't have said something yet.
There it goes.
Damn
That's
it,
what happened.
I let it get to
So
86
Smiley,
degrees.
hopefully we can hook up like next weekend by the end of this week. Is that good? Maybe like Friday, Saturday, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Want me to give this girl a haircut?
Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take her whatever shape. She's gonna go in an earth box, so and then she'll have I don't know, about 6 weeks or so.
Oh, you're gonna put 6? Yeah, you want me to give her a nice haircut then? You're gonna put 6 weeks on top of fucking, unless you just want a straight up clone. I mean, you said you wanted one of these girls. You can see she's poking
Oh,
over the
big enough.
shoulder of this full black back chair. You know
Right.
what I mean?
But I want a big enough plant to where we can make enough of the seed to hand out enough. You know what I mean? The way I'm picturing it, thousands are going out. So I don't know. Yeah.
6 weeks. I mean, she's got to be 3 feet tall now,
Right.
right?
I can always handle that. The small
I was
plants.
gonna think. I was just gonna cut her down like maybe a foot.
I don't
top
care.
things
Yeah,
out a little bit.
she'll be fine. She'll bounce right back from that. You chop her up, whatever.
I actually can't wait to throw that in my back seat and head down the highway. I actually want to just strap it in the passenger seat,
Yeah.
just riding the fast lane and shit.
Most all the other ones
just
are.
passed us with a cannabis plant in the fucking front seat.
Yeah, most all the other ones are about a foot tall, and then the boy is like around a foot tall too, so 1.5 maybe. Dr. Buzz is asking what we're breeding. That's the DOA project. So
There's like
DOA.
14 nose total.
Yeah, he was around with DOA, right? Remember DOA?
Yeah.
Anyway, he passed away. Those were a couple of his favorite strains. So we're gonna make the cross. Miranda Family Farms had the seed and sent them to some to Eagle, and I got some. So we have I have Jack Skillington, and Eagle has the Cholumbium. Make a cross and send everybody the seeds so we can all grow out DOA.
Yeah. Man, is that what it's been a year and a half now, or has that just been a year?
Year and a half, I think. I'm trying to think of when that
Nasty, man.
Johnny would remember too.
Mail.
Yeah, he would remember
want the
exactly.
mail? This is a Columbia mail.
I don't want a mail.
Want him?
I got a mail. Why
Want a
you're
mail?
supposed to run the mail?
I'll
Take
take
it
it.
back the other way.
That's your
Take it
boy.
back the other way.
That's your boy. I'm bringing you a Skillington girl.
What?
I'm bringing you a Jack Skillington girl. Yeah. You keep your boys to yourself, Eagle.
No, man.
Keep your boys to yourself.
What you don't want my guy coming over there? And
No, I
bringing
don't.
your
That's-
girls.
That's
No
awkward.
crossing falling.
It
That's
smells like
awkward.
bacon,
So,
This plant right here smells like bacon.
Bro.
Smiley's like, I mean, I ain't running no goddamn swingers garden over here and shit.
Right.
Smiley's garden, not swingers garden.
You just run a who's your daddy batch. And then,
I'll do that. I'm down. I got a greenhouse for that. Let it pollinate everything.
yeah, I don't know.
I do. I got I got the 1 and 2 male clones floating around, and I still got that Xmas stud floating around that I may or may not do anything with, but at least I've got them. They're still up and running.
I'm pheno hunting, man.
Nice.
I'm banning all skunk, funk, and nastiness. I want sweetness in my garden.
Nice.
I'm taking a new route. Until you give me roadkill skunk, I'm tired of the funk.
I can get you roadkill skunk, but it's not roadkill skunk. It's from Vienna Sky, Blue Vienna Sky, and Old Timer from
There's no sense in going back to it anyway.
from
Rez,
overseas.
Rez, I can get you the roadkill skunk. The only problem is then I'd have to kill you.
What's that?
I said I
On the
can give
road.
you the roadkill skunk, but the only problem is then I'd have to kill you.
Well, I say it over and over again. I tell you, I'm pretty sure I know where it's at. It's back in Maryland, but he's probably moved on to other stuff. It probably doesn't even turn him on anymore. But he probably still has seeds of it, just like he probably still has seeds of the original Jamaican stuff.
Get on that. You'd be the man that found the roadkill skunk.
No, because he's moved on. If he's found a new flavor, like these seeds I got here, if I find that sweet pink pheno, I'll clone again. Or I hope I find one of each, I said. But if I find that, I'll be happy because I like that sweetness that gives you the up.
My luck. My
So
luck,
I'm-
somebody passed me that skunk and I fucking would get it here and it smelled like chicken.
It's in like dragon fruit. Yeah,
Dragon fruit.
it was dragon fruit. Yeah.
It might.
When Smiley's right, it was dragon fruit.
There's the whole thing. It's, and you guys know it. You can change the elevation, like Matt SoCal. If when he grows that salmon river out, and the way he grows, even though he's growing in soil, he's 2,000 feet below me, something like that, 2,500. It's gonna taste different. So yeah,
Different expressions. Yeah.
you're out in the woods, Eagle. Everything goes meaty, I guess.
I'm telling you,
You
I
got
smoked some of that fucking Colombian today, and that I was like, and it's been cured. It's cured for good, cured a month cure. Fucking, but it's been in a
Yeah,
jar
baby.
for a month, and it was still kind of dragging through. I'm like, I was just begging to bring hope, some pine turds, a little hint, nothing, nothing, no pine. I can't even slightly taste.
I mean, somebody else just has to grow it for you and just send you a pack every month because you got to change your soil, maybe like a whole different soil.
Oh, I've been changing my soils. It's been through that in particular
Your
strain's been
water,
through a
it's your
few
water. Then,
different
if it's
soils.
the
All
same
right.
water, then it's your water making the flavor change. Like that's the only other thing I could think of because mine does the sweet meat. Everything smells like sweet meat until I moved. Now I moved and nothing smells like sweet meat. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd my sweet meat go? What the fuck? So something I lost my sweet meat because of fucking. It wasn't the plant. It was the fucking soil and the water. It's the only thing I could figure. Because I was like, it used to be like all meat and dead like roadkill, like dead meat. I don't got it no more. It doesn't. I can't find that female at all. Popped hundreds of seeds at once.
I smoked a lot of roadkill skunk, man, or weed that just, where you could, you knew it was roadkill, you smelled the leaf. That plant is very distinctive, right?
Yeah.
And weed, there's weed out there now that has all those same things in it, right? But it's just not roadkill skunk. I love the smell of skunk. I've killed skunk is one of my favorite smells on the planet. But I like the stuff that's out there now that smells sweet and tastes sweet, but does the same thing. So I'm when I first everybody started talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I can do it. I can get that, and I was excited. But then once I started smoking some of the stuff everybody was talking about and the difference, I was like, nah, I'll just go with what everybody's doing right now. I'm not going to go back and hunt for that roadkill and bring it into my house. I need more carbon filters than I already have.
I never thought about growing it.
Piss my neighbors off, man. That piss all my neighbors off. I got
See, I never
garlic
thought about
onion
it.
out right now, and that's bad enough for me. It's pretty rank when it's wet out. So, roadkill skunk, no, I wouldn't want that in my house. I don't like, that's what I'm saying. I don't like some of that funk that's in there now. Those plants I kicked out early of the phenos I was checking, I was testing of what I made. The first ones I could throw out were all that cat piss shit, where you just know when you're in a room, there's no filter running, you could just smell it. And I'm like, okay, these are the definites, and they ended up being the more hairy hashy ones, having a lot more of the sativa type of structure. But it was in the other ones. I just want to get rid of it. I don't want it anymore. So even my own stuff, I'm looking for that pine. Same thing Eagle's looking for, without this where the skunk's the backside of it, right? This is the very last side of it. It's the pine or lemon or the high citrus with the pine, and then the funk somewhere where it's okay. I smell it in there, but it's not the fuck, the wet leaves and and the veg are making me go, oh man, fuck, I'm allergic to that. It's okay outside, but not in my house. I don't want to work in that room right there with it, is what I'm saying. Saying it's great, probably great. Some of the great shit you're gonna smoke that I can grow or you can grow is that terpene. I just don't want that one in the house. So send me all those. That's what I want. Tell me where to go get them. I want the ones that don't have that fucking cat piss or that heavy, nauseous smell inside. Personally.
Oh,
It's great to hunt through it, right?
everything different, variety. Just fucking 10 different. I did 20 different the first time I started. 20 different flavors and worst fucking thing ever. because I didn't even know how to grow. So I took on like that kind of challenge of like everything growing different
Yep.
and then everything smelling different and then not labeling them and then not knowing what they were. It's like just a newbie, just a fucking newbie. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why did I not cook one pack of seeds and just run all those and just leave it like
Yeah.
that? Like,
Well,
and
that
now I
too.
could do,
Yeah.
and now I could do 5 different ones or 6 different ones and know what I'm doing. But back then I was trying 20 fucking different, and that was an accident year.
I had other stuff in there, so
Yeah,
that's the one thing interesting that I did learn is I could give somebody, somebody to here, I'm going to grow these. I'm going to say, hey, the very first ones that smell and veg that have that high, pinene, whatever it is the mixture with the cat piss. Those are the ones that are going to be more of that in the type of structure and the way they're going to grow and the way they're more hairy leaves. And the other one's going to be more of the OG type of leaf to them. So that's cool to be able to see that in the seed that you've made. Now that gets more narrow as people do their back crosses. So, but it's really cool to see that and being able to identify it yourself. You can pick it out of the other ones. You can pick that shit out because the ones that were left, they were still growing with another 60, 80 smaller ones I had in there. And the ones I didn't take out, I took 4 outside and there was still 6 or 7, 5 left inside. And that I could not identify that high. So when I took it out, the cat piss high pine went outside and I didn't notice it much. But then about a week later, one of those in there, it showed up a little bit more. It was more of one of the traits. It wasn't strong, but it identified itself more as it got older in that plant. And I was like, well, you're not that strong. You're just going to stay inside. But when I put it outside, that plant ended up being the one that I'm pretty sure that stayed totally green, was never really going to have a lot of senesce to it. It's just going to stay that bright green weed, and that's what I call it, green budded. You guys have been talking about it, or somebody had, where's that weed that just stays green? And that was one of it. So I don't think the purple stuff has a lot in mine anyway. When they started changing colors, the ones that had the purple on the leaves, when the leaves changed real fast in the purple, they didn't have the high cat piss, but they did have pine in them. It was a pine. The one had a pine blueberry because it has that DJ short in it. So some of the blueberry came out, which is interesting. It's interesting. I mean, just from the seeds, man. When you pop a lot of seeds, you just get to see so many different things, And if you pack, the more you pop out of one, you just get to look at it and you go, wow, oh, look at those are the same, and those are the same, and look at those 3 are pretty much the same, and those 4 are the same, and that, what the hell is that one oddball? Look at that one oddball over there. Oh wow, I wonder what that is. What the hell's going on with your leaves? He's like, it's like a piece. It's a growing piece of art when you pop 100 at a time. Well, what's the most I've popped almost 100 now at one time, and to see those leaf structures just come up and you all look the same, and oh no, you look a little different, a little more different, and back to the same, and then you start seeing where how they change in the branching, where one will branch off and branch off the other way. I was like, wait a second, I thought there was supposed to be 2 there, and you just broke off into 3, but it's not really 3. It's more like 3 structures, and it's really cool, man. It's cool to watch. I never watched a tomato plant that close. I guess because they all look the same. And they all smell the same, and they all give me the exact same fruit, man.
oh man, I have so much different tomatoes. Well, I used to. Like the birds would bring them. They would just like would get volunteers, have little orange ones, little yellow ones, and then like purple ones, and then
Yeah, but they're all the
green
same,
ones.
pretty much off the same plant, right? Every time I've grown a tomato, I've never grown something that gives me 3 different ones.
You got indeterminate, and then you got determinate, like the ones that are gonna die.
Definitely. Yeah. I've had tomato plants, probably 13, 14 foot.
Yeah, I had one that went.
Berry tomatoes where you just can't keep up. There's 100, 200 new ones every day. They start dropping on the ground. You can't keep up with it.
At least 10 pounds every fucking week, like fucking tomatoes.
What's that?
10 pounds of tomatoes every week. Like you could
Oh
sell
yeah,
them at the
easy.
fucking, yeah, you could sell them easy at the weekend market.
The last I had before I bought this camper in 2013, when I had this house in that town, and I grew some tomatoes out back, and I grew a bunch of basil, self-watering pots. You know, the ones that had the little filler in the bottom. They were so nice. First time I ever used them. And I put one tomato plant in the ground, and I went down to the farm and dug up a section where I had goats and cows and a bunch of other stuff that was on where a little pad was, and I dug it just out of there and put it in a hole that I dug out there. And she could barely keep up with it with water in that one. She wouldn't water the pots, but she didn't have to water the other one that much if it got rain. But the gutter was like 8 foot right there, and I stretched up the gutter and I could have pulled it out, and it's like another 6 foot. And I'm like, this thing's just insane, man. It's just right by the back door, and you're just like every day 100 new cherry, ones that are ripe, and you're just like, are you gonna pick this while I'm gone? I'm not back every day. Some days I'm gone 3 days. Can you give these? We can't eat them all. Take them down to your mom. Take them down to your dad. Take them to the neighbor. Give them to somebody.
Oh,
That looks good there. It's a nice bag.
yeah.
Is that your turkey bag you're drying out in? Cure it?
Oh, it's already dried. Just what I smoke out of.
I tell you
Oh,
what, man, I like that method, man. Once it's been up after like 3 weeks, I like throwing it in a turkey bag. I haven't done it a lot, but I like what it came out of it when I did.
these were all small buds, but they're strong. And I didn't fucking pick them. He picked some weird fucking seeds, and he didn't label them. The guy that I came over here to finish his dirty work. When I came to finish his garden that he couldn't do. So small buds, but okay.
I
Always
like it
yeah.
all, man. I smoked some the other day. I know a branch broke off a month ago, and it was just sitting out there. And I finally walked out with the ball, set it down, and just broke off the top, part of it, and stuck it in the bowl, and took the leaves off, took all the sugar leaves off. I just let them fall onto the desert, go back into the ground, took the bud part of it, stuck it in that bong, and it tasted good, man. It was not bad at all. I mean, it wasn't harsh, it wasn't nasty, and it was just good weed. I mean, it had been covered up by all the sugar leaves hanging out in the sun. You were just sitting out on the bench. It was just sitting out there. So I just broke all this sugar. I could have probably used the sugar leaves and hash. I just broke them off, see what it tasted like. Stuck it in there, and I was like, it was not harsh, was not hay, but it was. It's not going to burn forever. It just went shoop, But was it good? Oh yeah, it was good weed, man. So I see you breaking it off, or him over there breaking it off, and people talking about you got to have that's perfect. Well, we all smoked a lot of brickweed, so I'm not opposed to smoking that bud that I forgot and hung up in the corner and said, oh shit, I hung that one over there just out of the way just for a little bit and I forgot about it. I'll smoke it just to see what it tastes like.
It's so granular out here. The desert grows a granular ass fucking, like everything's real fucking big fucking trichome head. It's fucking
greasy. Oh, that sandy stuff. Yeah.
Big sand. Yeah, big fucking sand. So it's like I took them outside for fucking the last week and let them get sun. So then, like when I set them out from outside, I had to wash them before I dried them because the dirt. So even in the greenhouse, I had to wash it, just dip it in water and just let it. It was so fucking dirty from in the greenhouse, inside the greenhouse. I was like, what the fuck, man?
So that's why I was so leery, man. I was afraid to bring mine in, man. I got so many. There's still so many thrips and aphids, these little tiny bugs just crawling over the back of every bud, and I'm just like, I really didn't want to bring it in, man. I didn't want to bring it into the dryer unless it was going right into the freezer. I didn't want to bring it inside. There's so much of it. I'm just like, no, this is going into the freezer, man. That'll kill everything. And when it's coming out, it's got to go right into ice. I don't know which one of those bugs comes back to life. It'd be my luck. They'd all be like flies, and it'd be like, oh shit, the house is full of 1,000 flies. Now's an aphids. I don't need that.
All of these fucked up.
You ever had that experience where there was a bunch of dead flies and you turn the heat on some place you rented or something and all the flies come on?
Yeah, they were just frozen or sleeping. That
That
shit happens
happened
all
in
the time.
camper. My sister had it happen in a place they rented. Look at this, something in my, oh, right there it is. What is that? Some kind of bug in my sink. I just saw it on the white. You little son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking about bugs and the bugs show up. Change the
There's
subject. No more bug talk.
bugs are always around us. That's the problem. People are more afraid of them for no reason. Like if you live outside on a homestead, nothing scares you except for people. Like,
I like people don't scare me.
Well,
oh, what they're capable of scares me. Like what I'm capable of scares the shit out of me. Like the things I know I can
Really?
do to some, like what I can do and just have no feeling, like no emotion. Like when if somebody has been a victim and they're like one of those whiny victims, like this one, this one kid, he comes over, this kid, he's older than me. He's fucking pretends like a fucking be a badass, and then like it pisses me off so bad that I want to beat his fucking ass. And then like once I did because he fucking said that he shot somebody, and I was like, you ain't never shot nobody. Dude. I've been to prison. You ain't never been to fucking prison. I got it in his face. He fucking it's fucked up. But like that's the kind of shit like you can't be phony around people. Like if somebody's really been locked up or something, you can't say that shit around them and be like get away with it. Like somebody's gonna fucking pull your card, check your ass. So yeah, the streets are real. And that
I
shit's
don't run into
fucking
a lot of that, thankfully.
yeah. That's like when people act like they're fucking cool or they fucking say that they fucking flowered out thousands of flowers, and I had to come here and tell them that you have to flip your fucking lights from 24 to fucking 12 and 12 or 11, 13 or whatever you want to do, but it can't be fucking 24 to get bud. So why is there no bud growing? I was like, oh my god, you're fucking kidding me, right? Like, that was the first day I knew I had problems. I was like, man, I came here to fucking help him do this. Like, fuck, man. Like, I thought he knew what he was doing and he had it all under control. And I was just going to help water and do a little bit of like making sure the lights were at the right time, the timers were working, like some of the small shit, cutting stuff down, harvesting. But like, now I'm doing every fucking thing from soil to fucking buying new pots to redoing everything. Like, everything, the lights, every fucking thing. Like, it's a hassle. Like, and if it was bigger, it'd be worse. If I had like 30 lights I had to pick out and all that shit like he wanted before. Like, yeah, he wanted to do like a big operation and do it all legal and fucking. Like, dude, just try 1 or 2 lights at a time, and then fucking step into fucking 30 of them or 10 fucking 20 lights and 1,000 watts. You know, like don't do that right away. Like fuck, man, not easy.
20 lights, 21,000 lights right off for a first grow.
Yeah, I was like, it's your first fucking, and he's like, no, it's not my first grow. Like, dude, it is, because I had to tell you to do the 12-12 thing already, like 20 times, and he still didn't listen to me. I was like, change your fucking light cycle or you're not going to get bud. And then I took all his plants out, put them into the greenhouse, and then fucking took his tent, and then that's why I had a tent. I was like, I'll show you what to fucking do. 3 months later, I flowered, and then took the tent out of my room. I was like, I want that piece of shit out of my room. Take your tent out and fucking that's how you do it. Like it takes 3 months. That's all it takes. I could have went longer, got darker fucking more trichomes, whatever, darker amber heads, but I wanted that shit out of my room because it was fucking somebody else's shit, you know? I was just showing them how to do it. Like this is how you do it, and now go. Now it's like freedom. Now it's freedom, my own room, my own plants, everything. It's like fuck. I'm not working with nobody else. Like operate my own shit. I don't operate for nobody except for myself and my patient. I only got one patient, and that's my mom. So.
I wish Tennessee was legal. I'd have a couple
Oh,
patients.
nice. Dude. Fuck, if that was legal, my best friend moved out there. She's fucking like 25 or something, and she's a
I
fucking
said they
taxi
just put
driver.
somebody just wrote it in the chat last night that they put legislation in.
Oh yeah, I read that fucking
I didn't
he
check
said
it yet. I have not
Roasty or
checked that.
fucking Roasty or somebody. Fuck. Damn, I can't remember. I gotta open chat.
It's the only way I'll go. That's the only way I'll go back.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to move out there because my best friend, like she was 18 and she bought a house when she first moved out there. She's been out there for like 6 years now, so it's like, fuck.
it's like California. You go from the east part of the state to the west part of the state. You got totally different climate. A lot of the same attitude, but totally different climate. And, all over Tennessee. You can get the mountains, or you can get the flat, hot West Tennessee, a couple spots. That'd be nice though, because Mississippi is legal. Just went medical this last time around for voting. Arkansas is already medical. What else? So above that, let's see. Missouri's medical. Illinois is medical. What's Indiana now? Nothing yet.
That's the question. That was the
All
question
the
last
states
night.
that hooked to it. Maryland's medical. I don't know.
Not even
That's
ready
not
for
hooked to
that.
that. Virginia's legal. That's hooked to Tennessee. Georgia hasn't done anything yet. Alabama. If you ever been to Tennessee, there's a lot of states touching Tennessee, or at least touching the Mississippi River on the west side. Interesting part of the country. Mountains, man. Ozark Mountains, Tennessee mountains. Mountain people are
Moonshine.
different. If you've never lived
Yeah, a
around
lot of
mountain people,
moonshine and mountain people, like you said.
just a different
I
lifestyle.
get the gray stripe in my beard. I can
They've
fit
been
in with mountain
ransacked
people.
by all the drug addiction. They've been ransacked by the pharmaceutical companies and the painkillers, right? Just ravaged those communities. Took them out, man. They lost their money, lost their jobs. They were down. Then you give them a drug that takes some of that pain away, and then you're already giving them all the money to survive, and then you throw them on top of this. You're giving them just enough money to eat and the welfare, not to survive, barely survive. And then you throw into the pain they've had from the job injuries, everything, a medication that takes away some of that shit. That now it becomes an addiction, And I've said this before. I met that lady. They owned multiple McDonald's, and that was 1988 in North Dakota, and she was addicted to pills. And to me, in '88, it just didn't sink in my mind because I was already into coke and crack and all that shit. And so it just didn't sink into my head that was anything. Well, it's because nobody told you it was anything. They were just giving it to everybody who was the people going to the doctors who were the middle class families, and then it spread down and spread and just went to everybody. And the pharmaceutical company has got really rich. So I hope that somebody out there makes them accountable and give a lot of money back to people who've been hurt. That's what it should be happening. So it's never enough, right? Because they go broke if they took all their damn money. So I never see the pharmaceutical company go broke like the family went broke. So it can't hardly be fair, can it? They can set you up to go broke, and they make a plan, which you see in the background. They're like, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Oh hell, they should be broke, out of business.
It's a ghettopoly. It's like a monopoly, but ghettopoly. Like they could make a good town turn ghetto, or even the same as a casino. It's a fucking scourge, like on the city. Like after we had like 10 casinos, we had our 5 casinos open. Everything became fucking mental health problems and fucking drug addicts and homeless people. Like
it's when you made it's a basic principle, I guess, for this country. It's when you made corporations people and gave the corporations the entitlement that people were supposed to have. Well, it just
Yeah,
doesn't go
power,
right.
or some kind of independent power of even like because the Indians own all the casinos around me, so it's like they can do what they want on their land, you know, like they make the law. So like what you do at a
Yeah.
casino is like what you do if they
I
allow
think the
you to.
people, I think the people who have the right mindset about it don't let it happen. Like Eagle would not grow his product and then let somebody else sell it at a lesser quality, and neither would I. And I don't think anybody else on here would. You know, but he's not going to let them sell it at lesser quality, and all they care about is money. So they're not even willing, like a builder or somebody or a farmer. They met a farmer. They know they might take a hit, but they got to survive this. But they're not going to fail and go out of business. But they're going to take this hit and say, "We're not passing this freaking tainted meat. We know something got into it onto our
Well,
customers. We
what about
can't make the
burners?
money. We slaughter it. We lose it, even if you don't have insurance." But you
Well,
don't fail your business. You're just not passing on stuff that's not the highest quality. So what happens is that you give corporations the right to be individuals, and now they have all the tax rights that were meant to be for individuals at one time under a certain corporation setting, and now they get all
but
those tax benefits, and there's all the loopholes to use every one of those benefits to run a corporation, and then they get paid separate from the corporation. So you're a separate entity, right?
what? It only costs you so much to become one yourself. Like me or you, we could open up our own corporation and have those same rights as a corporation. Like so, we could have that protection as a business, so we could be successful in a world where business is hard. Or whether
It
like,
takes a it takes
oh,
a legal it takes a legal liability, or it takes a ethical liability I have with my mouth to say I'm delivering this product and I'm giving it to you, and that's what it is. When the problem comes back or my customer's not happy, they don't have to be happy with me anymore. They're unhappy with the corporation, right? And you could do that rightly where you didn't want your corporation. You can do that in a small capacity and say, wait a second, my corporation don't do that. My corporation pays me, and I'm not letting it do like that. But the person who makes a craftsman who makes something and they want their name on it, and they know that piece of furniture, whatever is going out, it has to have their standard on it. So when the complaint comes back, they don't want to deflect and what we call it here. Oh, I just got this one. That corporation is like it breeds the orphan mentality, the victim mentality. Oh, it's not. It's my corporation's fault. I just get I'm just on the board. I didn't know what that guy was doing. Bullshit. You should stand up and say, I'm the president. Oh, I should. That guy over there did it. I did it. It should never happen. I should have enough checks and balances through all my corporation, if I'm that big, that I can take the hit for what that guy does. He either shouldn't be working here, he doesn't hold my standards, or he should be disciplined, or how the hell did he get this job? One or the other.
that's how management's let go so easy though. You could retrain somebody overnight. You know, people are expendable. You could get rid of a whole staff and just replace them overnight. It's fucking. It's not. People got to take their job serious as well. Or like, but as somebody who does buy stuff all the time, flour is fucking. You know that standard is important, and it's fucking something that like people need to put their name on and like respect. Like that's hard work, hard earned money that somebody's giving up for your product. And if it's not what you say it is, then don't say it's something special. And don't ask for such a ridiculous price. That's the $30 bag of fucking good weed instead of fucking 60.
Like your neck's fucking starting. I don't know how your neck doesn't hurt from fucking. You got to put your sorting seeds over there, man. That right there would fucking do me in after about 10 minutes.
Is
Staring
that what you're
down like
doing,
that.
Sky?
I thought he was rolling a big old joint.
I thought that's what you were doing was rolling like a week's worth of joints too. I thought seriously like he's getting 20 joints rolled right now. Fuck. That's horrible.
I'm so weird Googling plans and shit. I'm like, man, I gotta fucking get him something to relieve his. He's gonna have fucking a fucked up neck. He keeps doing that kind of shit.
Why don't you buy that thing from Cascadian?
Didn't you have somebody on? There was a show where somebody come on and all they did was trim for a living. Well, there's a whole new one. You got somebody out there in your area who does nothing but hand clean seeds for a living.
Trimming tutorial. That's what you're talking about.
Go.
They get to
Yeah,
keep the finger hash.
The Cascadian machine. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get one of those things, one of those sorters. Because I don't even want to try to do that shit. Fuck that. I tried once. Got this much seeds and I stopped. I was like, fuck, dude.
You just gotta break it up. Like, stop.
I stopped right there. I was like, fuck this. I'll do it later.
I was just almost done, so I wanted to power through.
Got it in there. I don't know where I put it. Shit.
Blame it. I was like, yeah, it just looked painful. It's the only reason why I said so.
I forgot about this.
I was like, you were just like the whole time. I was like, what the fuck? Got your joint rolling.
Damn, what did that turn into? Too much pine, man. Too much lemon, too much pine. That's what you could name this strain. Too much lemon, too much pine.
I don't think there's such a thing.
I don't know. I'll send you some seeds. You'll find out.
Yeah, let's see how strong a dragon fruit they can be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I was gonna go with it too. Son of a bitch.
Wait a second now. It's too much lemon, too much pine with some kind of fruit in the background. So it might show up when it gets to Michigan. Never know. Turpentine. It might.
I'll be curious about that Colombian. Check that out too.
I got a bunch of them.
To get some clones going for her.
We got here.
I was gonna set.
Too much lemon, too much pine too.
That's a
Big old frosty bud. That's been in the jar since
It
June.
looks huge. That thing looks giant.
nice.
Like 2 grams
Too
or what?
much lemon, too much pine, probably. I haven't smelled it in about a month or two now.
Looks nice.
Oh wow. Can't see my freaking palate sucks, man. It's still got too much. It's still got a little high on the pine for me and high on the lemon, but it's not the same as the other one.
I thought you were just gonna say too much lemon, too much pine.
This little anise comes through. It's turpentine. I don't know.
Nice.
Fruity
that's
turpentines. It just doesn't appeal to me.
just trying to torch me over here. Fine.
Pine.
My
Hey,
cactus
when I picked that, you can go back to when I was on it,
fine.
to the very beginning, and I bred those two together, and both the one cultivar that has the milk, has that I was talking about last night. It smelled like the OG, and it was supposed to be pretty much all indica, and the other one's 70-30, and it was pine, lemon, with a little hint of skunk in the background, and so was the other cultivar that was totally different, and that's why I was like, that's my favorite one. And it had the buds on it that didn't have a lot of the hairs, and then when it did have them, they were only short left little ones over that the bud had consumed, so you could just go if you wanted to and just take them off. Didn't need to. This was the same way. This one is another one. But see, I let them all go 70 days. And I think that had something to do with it. And once they started getting past the point that where they really were, I think, eating some of the yeah, see, I think I've left this one too long now. It's probably gonna get moldy. No, it's wow, this one's turned into better. It's more fruity. I didn't get the cure perfect. I mean, if the cure was perfect, It's not bad though. It's still they're bending. They're not moldy. But it's light hairy. It would have been when it first come down, when it from dry. This one right here. This is number 4, I think. That number 4. There's gonna be more of them, and that all that stuff's like gonna be great for hash, man, because it has a lot of those, just the big, thick, fat leaves, you know. Because if you grow it outside, you know, it ends up being more hairy and light. It's dense, but it's not real dense. So it's a lot of that's already been. That's probably a badly trimmed one. A lot of good stuff in here, man.
Excuse me.
Anyway, plant more seeds. Make your own seeds.
Yeah.
Kill all the cat shit. Ban it. See if we can get rid of cat shit.
No.
I love it. I got it.
Cat shit? I never smelled cat shit.
Been cat piss.
Oh, okay. So like,
Well,
that'd be crazy. You smoke.
Yeah, Khalifa.
Hello Kitty pee.
holy shit.
Holy shit.
No,
Nobody's
these
never
are
gonna
bags. Like Eagle sits. You guys sit around and collect it. Y'all collect it for hash, man. Oh, it's 420.
2-minute warning.
2 minutes. I could roll 10 joints in 2 minutes. I'm okay.
Oh,
That shit'll ferment in the jar though. Some of the,
what's that?
some of the weeds can like almost like ferment in the jar, and they're like you keep them for like years, you know.
Ferment?
Yeah. They
I
get
don't
like,
want to see no mold. I don't want to smell any mold.
alcohol. They'll get like an alcohol smell to them almost.
Well,
Oh,
you
that's
can
amazing.
definitely. I can't smell the. Some people say they can smell this. If you take it from a different one and put it in, I think you do. But I think on these compared to the Integra, the Bovita, I think it's the one that everybody's banning now. I'm gonna stop using them because they're being MCS.
Oh
One
yeah,
thing,
MCM.
so they're on the list. So they're not. You guys aren't getting any more of my business. I'm going to Integra. But I think you smell the card. Think you smell the cardboard from this. I think I do. If you put it into one, then you put it into another, it stays in the cardboard of these. And the other one, that is what's the other one name? What's the other moisture pack?
Bovita?
No, this is Bovita is what's on the ban list. We're making
Oh,
sure Bovita knows their ban.
the
It's
other one's
Integra. It's
Integra?
Integra. Everybody's buying Integra now in Michigan and the other states. We're all going to stop buying these.
A lot of people I know don't even use them. So.
Well,
Yeah,
I know. I think Spartan brought it up. He brought it up again, so I figured I'd throw it out there a couple times into the netherworld.
Oh, the MCMA? What is it? Fuck
MCMA.
those guys.
I think that's what it
Fuck
is.
those guys.
Cheers, happy 420.
Yeah, cheers to 420.
Oh,
It's the
fuck,
name we
I
don't
didn't
say,
finish
right? That should be that's what everybody should start saying. That
Yeah,
organization, the name we don't
you
say.
say it
That's
wrong.
called.
Fuck it. I said, what's it called? The MC Hammer?
You ever lose weed?
Every day.
These have actually gotten better. That's very pleasant to know. These have gotten better. Whatever that is that causes that heavy pine, I guess some of that can be mitigated by age. I think I messed the cure up a little bit too, so can't totally blame it on the plant. Human error is definitely a
Operator error.
I was looking for one I jarred today and I can't find it. These have you guys tried? You use these or anybody out there use these? I like these plastic containers with the 4 and 6 seals on the outside.
Good job. Ah, cheers. There we go.
Cheers, man.
Only 2 minutes late. That's probably why I got tired right there. Fucking dead with fucking blueberry. Blueberry. Back in there.
What kind of seeds were you sorting, Smite?
What?
What seeds were you sorting?
There was that one was Ghost OG crossed to that was hit with the Sky Color Kush F3 for male.
Nice.
Yep, pretty much all those just were hit with the Sky Color, the one male. I just threw a bunch of girls in there.
That's
I was
fun to
doing
film.
it.
And
I was doing it for the Skywalker OG one, the back cross or out cross of that, and then I just figured, fuck it, why not throw? You know what I mean?
oh yeah, how many moms? How many moms?
I think there's 8 in there. 8 or 9.
Look at this. I was rocking
You gonna
this
test
out
your
the
own,
fucking card today.
you gonna test your own gear right away?
Yeah, over the
You
music.
gonna test that gear out right away?
Yeah, I'm trying them some of them right now. I'd taken them in sets of 3 just to try to run them out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I got a
didn't get-
few. The one to Purple Punch,
Nice.
the one to Max Stomper, and the one to Sunset Impressions. I got those all going right now.
Hype train. You got the new hype.
Yeah, it might be, man. I don't know.
Hell yeah. No, you know it's gonna be the new hype.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
be.
mean, yeah, they're all frosty, so it should come out
Smiley
frosty.
approved. Almost Smiley approved.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking gotta be fire, dude.
So the seeds off per plant it kind of depended, Dreamer, but I don't know. The biggest one so far was the Max Stomper Cross, and that one just kind of weighing out seeds and then doing the math for the total weight. It was probably around 11,000, 11,500, something like that. It's all kind of a guess anyway. But
Yeah,
plenty of them off from one plant for sure.
that's nice.
I can see why these guys just pollinate certain branches and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to get 1,000 a branch sometimes.
Yeah,
And
you
they-
can get a shit ton off of one
Depending on how
branch.
big of a cola. Like people don't think if that cola is this big, all of that could be seed. And like that easy.
Well, if you do it right, every one of them hairs. So if you look at your colas, like as they're forming, every one of them hairs could be a seed if it's pollinated. So yeah, think of how many hairs are on your bud, and like fuck, man, like that can go real quick.
Yeah, the red hair, like the old Mexican red hair, where it's all fucking red, fuzzy fucking nuts. Like,
Yeah.
like you could get billions of fucking seeds from just one plant. Like,
Yeah, so just I don't know. Yeah, I mean, pollen's really potent too. I mean, like you know what I mean? Like it's you don't need much. Like I don't know. It's not like you even got to see it to you know.
a bird could fly into your bush and then fly next door and pollinate the whole fucking shit.
It's a good
A
size.
grasshopper, anything, any bug that goes on there is a pollinator after that.
Yeah, it was probably they were asking how big a plant that was. I do 2 of them per scrog and a 4x4, and that one.
What was that?
Biotics, baby.
We lost you. Your audio is shot.
Mine is.
Oh, now you're back. Yeah, somebody said, "What was that?" And it was like,
I heard it too. I thought it was just my earpiece.
no, it was
Oh, there it is, right there.
like you said something and then you shot out for like 3 seconds and then like you laughed.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out anyways. It's that time.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree. Gotta get some work done.
It's always cool hanging out though. Appreciate talking with you, Rez and Robert and Eagle. Chat.
Didn't do much talking tonight, but it was fun hanging out. I didn't do much talking tonight.
I didn't do much talking. Somebody was talking a lot.
They said my mic blew up or something. Is that what you guys are? Is it good now or what?
yeah, now it's perfect. But
Huh.
it did do like a little bong. It sounded like the back of a door, the spring, bong, and then nothing.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully it's fixed. But cool. We'll see you guys for the Monday night. So,
Have a good day,
Have a
brother.
good one, man. Enjoy
Have a
your
good day.
recording. It's always a good time, man. I appreciate you. Mr. Greenfingers, Smiley, everybody in chat. I know I was talking a lot, so thanks, man.
Oh, I dig it, man. Then I don't have to.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, your grow knowledge and you're willing to listen to people, what they're going through, what they've been through, and to show off the. I always like seeing the green in the background. I like it better. I'm just gonna say it. I like it better than the green screen. So, peace,
Yeah.
man.
He says,
Have a good one, brother.
and on that note, Weed Nerd World, time to overgrow the world, man. Love you, brother.
Love you. Have a good day,
man.
bro.
You too, man.
With that being said, that winds up 507.5. Hope you guys enjoyed this portion of the evening's tonight's show. I know I did. Now it's time to tame in these girls behind me. Overdue, way overdue. So time I get these back in track, and it looks like things are gonna mellow out here, so I can fucking fill some tents, get back to some small piece of normalcy, but it's at least good to know the garden will be good for a bit. That being said, let's get to these fucking shout outs. Fucking shout outs. Go. These houses are sub cool. Can't forget sub. These houses ain't Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Green Thumb Bum, Christina MG 89, Unplug 705, Medical Miguel, Cuddy Rick T, The Rebel, the 9G207. Fabian Salinas, Dave's out here. Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi, Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Gooder, Songman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Mike Wallace, Mo Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Don Sluck, Rick S, In the Bushes 827, James Siemens, Kevin Hans, World's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, By Winter, Dirt Road, Dude, Kanashiba, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Bofflin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone. Always a pleasure to see you in chat, my friend. 710 Ken Queen Genetics, Savvy Tanazi, Dirt Man Dan, Keith the Black Says, Mr. Bosilla, Sun Brigham Guards, Rasta Bob, Rasta Just, Soil Root, Small Tubes, Tyler, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T, Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Weed Nerd, John Last, PPJ15, Green County Grower, CJ Epo, Perfectly Imperfected, Dollar Tree Grower, T1 Productions, Nate Grower, DOA Grow Meds, Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Cannon Seed, Nutrient Showouts, Naughty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation, Blue Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Miss Bad Peace, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, Can of Great, Loki Grows, Sus, This Guy, Burton 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws 31, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Kelly Connection, Wolverine Grower, Big Jar Grows again, one. Jimmy One for Life, laid way back Farmer D Block, MMP Nations Creations, Amber Lalana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sicky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Matawana G3, The Green Click, JK Triple G, Mr. Sprinkly, Brittany and Tyler Teasley, Hope Farmers, Lisa G, John, B2 Crazy for you, BGWG 420, Dr. Baldwell, Thumb OG, Arthur O Sense Media, Arthur O Just Face 420, Beast Coast Grower 420, Sir Hal Trey Malone, Keep It Real, Haggerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BTWD Grows, Bingus, Green Puppet Man, Alex Boy, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Meow Flower, Ryan Henderson, Green 13, Noob Silva Wins, Kingdom Macroponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane Red Garden, Dreamer 77 Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nuts from 619 664. Spaniard, Kruger, Jones, Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz, Amy, Dro Grows, Cast, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lee Luna, Green Med, Black, Jeremiah, Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus, Soul, Jason Einstein, P. Wynn, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy, McScrogger, the Fourth, the Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Burrows, Chad, Brad, Family Farmers, Paulie P. Fiorg, Kevin, Joe Dree, Mike Concho, UGA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Scenes, and Organic Corn Bloods, Warren Nelson, Cam Wood, May Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, Dan, the Indoor Man, Gromies, Homies, Hamilton, Smoke, Flip Smoke, Keystone Camouflage, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, Ace Drew Hustle, Fred Durden, Carlos, North Arizona, Beer Girl 420, No Sellout, Jesse White, Costain, Yeti, Introvert, Genetics, So J, Vixen Robin, Killer 8, Mo, Buttercream, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seedback, Deadhead, Smoke 616, Curtis Mayhat, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman again, Stephanie Door, Antenna Seeds, Fab Carries, Kate Mike Rubel, so Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moo, Popco 719, Baked with Shape, Baby Old Small, PWC, Grow Bud, Lower Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School, Grower, Chad Westport, Nacho Grow, Florida, no, it's my little piece of heaven, Pugent, Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy, Wannabe, Mr. Soul Food Spectrum, Calling God, Lori Hanson, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jam, McBody Face, Show Me Sasquatch, Fuck Google and you, I'm going well, Canadian Restore, Poor Dirt Farmer, Carl Wright, Zeffner, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Skunky Packs, Martial Artist 2012, Microslave Hafner, Danny McDizzle, Medically Fake, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, Motherfucking Thomas, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, motherfucking Thomas. Sorry about that, Robert. Rancho Costa, Punchy Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Lynn Meads, Trench Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony Lake, Baloney Bill, S, Sweet Peas, Tater Delicious, Minty Country Roots, You're on Fire, Gen X, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Earth Teeny 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Peter B-Man, Farm 616, Null Up North, Max Room, and Ruby. Timothy McKimmon, Zeno, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Valley Real, Jennifer Steele, Kimmy 03, Turk Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latino Skater Country, Mr. Speed, Wolf Steve Firestar, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Rasta Bob, White Feather Grows, Burning Shrooms, Tone Grows, Zane, K-Man Grows, BX Gunna 81, Smith Duke, New Grows, Sean McCann, J. Mode Stink, Agenda, Walla Walla Can Grow, Fall Dog, Huron, Cannabis Council, Ulysses Parish, Rock Fam, Justice Make, 420 Bid, Fresh Growth, Diving Herbs, High Boy, Your Man Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Grown, Love for the Plant, Argo, American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Who Ice, High Ice, Surf Crafts, Micro Goons, Jeff Lowenfels, Mobius, Grows, Dink, Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, The Foraging Garter, Overwater, Overkill, Seattle, Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jetson, Oz Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Deeds Bag, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dink, Yoda, Jay Simmons, Bro, Rose, Clackamas, Scoop, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buzz, Your Boy, Roy Way, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamas 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan Cypher, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sungrown 707, J8 Dro, J420, Cascadian Gross, Tito's McGee, for Plants Aid, Weedworks, Captain Scroggs, Skunky Woods, Odds Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, McGaster, Tempe, Annie ND, Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11, Big Dude Buds, Michael Rest, Plenty, the Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock, 420, Boom Farms, Aldridge, 25, Miss Smiley's Garden, JD's, Miss T's Nug, Smoke, Grow Frazier, Grokoski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve, Cameron, Mr. Bagseed, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mr. Grower, Ginger Snap, CTE, Grows 8, Rick Wilf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Ken Trooper, Flying Cat 420, Light It Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shepherd, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Dankman 420, Dankman Dan, Red Center Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, TTB, Most Hated Grower, the Major General Army for the Major General 420 Army, the American one, W Digger 714, Chirates, Kinios, Connects, Mountain Skies, Ready, Hit That Hot Fire, Chris Merckx, Ian, Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Pepper Fay, King, Finger Lakes, Finance, Ridge Patch, Nose Removed, Southern VT Grower, Tunes Medical, Jerry Bear, Plus One, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little 10, 2042, Space Rocker, Christian, Tree Mump, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Guard, John Smith, Elliptus, My Natural, Farms Pacific, Northwest Seeds, Ross, Kai, Paul, Lemon, Hoko, Trench, Rita's Usually Life, 420, Grant Manu, Merritt Bond, Sammy Sizzle, 81, 98 Colas, Chris Moon, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, Decine Brew, Cannon Nation, J Wire, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grooves, Evergreen Haze, G's Friend Tree, MMJ, Matt S.A. Ball, Dragonfly B, Justin Mills, Travis Wells, Lucky Mike, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan from Blast Coast Seeds, Shingle Gas, Basketball Life, John Smith, Tommy Tricos, Boca King, Raz, Pop Little, Slow Roll, Spiky Pilots, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silbert, Into 11, Stephanie B, Shark Pulley, 989, Bob Brown, Auburn Gardens, Joey Wide, Bugs 1, 313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Booth, Jay Myers, to Mid, the Chat, Mr. Randy D, Bag Seed, Dr. DGC, Jess Runner, 911, Dutch Grove, 420, Scallywag, 420, Skillbow, 1, Medgrower, 1, Empire Breeding Code, Fergoli, Lost Sleep, Leah Mass, Danny Danko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK Top Turn to Looney Jester, Smoking with Small Town, Tent S, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Gross, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Dr. Hazelton, Drawer, Michigan Court, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb, 420, 808, Rudy Prospects, the Hayden, the Cannon Bus Driver, Hayden Life, Kenny 710, Operation Gross, T-Ben, TM 42696, Rude Nuts, Dr. Scrambles, Hammer D Mills, BB Moon Rocks, GHF Double J, Bio Green, Stealth Grower 56, Hanky Stinky 420, OGKP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joy, Roy Rodriguez, B Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer B Gross, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Oot Soil 4 Life, Bully 4 Life, the Jeff Rowe 42069, B the 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn, I'm Big Ted's Test, Richard Forbes, David Pimenta, B4 P Funk, Nick T, John Reese, What About Bob, Prince Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Puffin Man, B Dungley, James Chung, Sarge Gross 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hair, Deanna, L. Dancaruno, KNF Gardens, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feet, Farmer James Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, HIP Grow, Matt Javine, Matt Dan Marino, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Ghost, Top Floor Genetics, World Vision 420, Can 2, Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelly, Roosty Farms, Alex Hardy, Hardy Gear, My Many Cropper, Daniel Gross Photos, Mitten Grown Med, Sunrise Grows, Lexi Brittany and Coo, My Baby Girls, No Limit 916, Cropper Toad, Alchemist, and Canamane, Soulborn Addiction, Rouse, Joe, Alex D, Dirty Ore Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, Todd McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sarge Grows 818, Blaze Daily, Fry Piper, Perpetual, Eagle Pride Warrior, Sales Mass War, You Frank Fusada, The Dank Judges, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Fusada, Sink Back, What About Bob, Bill Jester, Pop Shrooms, John Gorski, Jen Doe, Dungeon Gasser, DHC4, PTSD, T. Barrington, Honcho Grown, Swamp Camp, Palero, Calabinka, Best of Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Cannon Ferrari, 420 AD, Normal, Frank Guerrero, Poyer Feet, J. Brent, 74, CK Brown Guy, 420, Pachyderm, 420, Burning Tree, Main, EA, Great Sun, Grow, 207, Hydro Daily, Emperor Gigi, Jamie Ream, Supreme Great, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman Canvas. Bruce City, San Hawaii, Sustainable, Midnight Roost, Dead Cynic, Knuckles, Michael P, Paulie B, Quick B, Nimble, Bud E, Kilowatts, Michael D, 4889, Disbanded Brothers, Musilian Man, Joseph, Greats Medicine, RX, Keith and Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American Cannabis 411, Freedom of Speech, Dr. Doinch, These Trees, Ganja Sudoku, 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Canna Butterbabe, What About Bob, Skaker Garden, Scotch Grove, Slick Rick, A Dog Pounds, Dave in St. Louis, Amu Watts, Scottsdale Yeti, Ed Bren, MN Grown, Uncle Elmer, Off Grid Church, Christopher 54, Last 54, Last Predator, I'm sorry, Matthew SoCal, cheers to you. No, Sue from Illinois, Man Beaters, Jinx Proof Genetics, Arch Horse Genetics, Stoner Dude, Joel and Jen from North Star Genetics, Carol Ann, Mr. Coon Cry, PTA, B13, Leo, Brew Beyond Perfections, XX Lead, GP, XX, Uncle Sonordorn, Crispy Treat Fish and Growers Paradise, LED Grown, I see Decoy Baker, Mr. Scotto, Fresh Baked One, J. Allen, Big Bob Grows, Sally Canner, Australian Ghost, Yuka 420, Yucca 420, that is, Daniel Phillips, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally Silly Seashells. Wob Wob, Sean Bids, Rescue Radio, Roadside LLC, Notorious Thug, Man with Seats, Father and Son Trimming Tutorials, Jose Ramirez Perez, Jose Martin Perez, that is, Doggled Hut for 20 bucks, Chiba Man, GR420 Community Videos, Detroit River at Louis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Captive Ball, Chet Bob 13, Maine 420 Med Grower, Cookies Coop, Jay Hendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods All Good, Adam, Sank, L, Sankin, See, Chanel Simpsons, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roads, Kazoo, Aaron, Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln, Sinkins, Angel Studios, MG, 420 Grotep, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dinkovich, Fibro, Flower, Polly P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny, Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeff Pollock, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J, Earth Running, Farming, Candy Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Be, The Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Grayson, Stoner Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Russ Sonics, Fringe, Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Hermit Hats, Freebird, Bo Grower, and Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival One Time, Tim Blake, Ghost Coast, Chronic, Sing Fat, Calero, Paladillo. I know I fucked that up. I'm sorry, Caballero. Harley Grower, Jen God, Jason Line 512 again, Steve, Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Shire P, Dallin, Hayes, Scoop, Steve Speaks, JR Ream, Randy K, Steve Collins, CCDR, Claire Gillian, Wardrobe, Farley, Randy K, Hip 1000, Ace Boo 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom B, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digit, Michigan Ganja, Bro, Michigan Ganja Mook. Sorry about that, brother. Hash Red G, Super Bob. Broski 808, Weekend at Burners, K-Bag, Justin Station, Song Style, Organic, Zippy, Admetic, Honesty, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Book, Todd Kendricks, Newtons, KNT, True Swim, Photon, Full Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Kenna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab, Low Cut, Albert, Tremor, Mo, Manic, Mez, Raz, Benchy, Helen, Hughes, Janus, James T, Atomic Smooth, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, High Flower, 420, Lobster Brush Pro, Mother Tree, Maine, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Aesthetic, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Lamb, Red Pit, 710, Cannabis Pursuit, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man, 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, Jurassic Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, surrounded by Keith Brown, Farms, Fringe Dweller, Single Fathers, Happiness Without Guilt, Mike Steve, 562 Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost Genetics, Sunzola, B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Smooth, 4GTC, A. Bush Doctor, 30 Hoe Gardens, TK, James C. Weaver, Grow Ohms, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herbs, Tasty Worm, Turbs, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Boss Farms, Spartan Grown, Johnny Green Thumb 710, Michigan Wildflower, Seldom Seen Oak, Gambler, Todd O'Connor, DP 710, Caribou TV, Virginia Erms, Red Pill, Equilibrium, Red Primo, that is, not Red Pill, Equilibrium, Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crops, Stupid Trucker, eBay, Bud Tender, The Glass Girl, 420 Grow, Ted Nugs, Matt Javine, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, Skunk 8, Glassworks, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Skier, JMC 182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Stony Creek, Baby Fed, Jay Cooter, Pit 1000, Dan, Stony, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad, Star, Matt, or Mountain, Larry, Stony, Scotty Nowhere, Justice Mink, Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dog Seeds, Butt Plug Bungalow, you funny fuckers, Lucky E, Claude D. Goslin, Mao T. World, Green Gorilla, C-Tay Gardens, Benny Ben, sorry about that, Benny Ben, Up and Able, Mr. Matador, Kush Terps 5, Zenti Mental, Green Goddess, Alberta's Cannabis Grower, and Don, what do we got here? Dawn Hazel Hurst. Hopefully I got that one right. Last but not least, WEedNerdWorld 207. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. I love fucking hanging out with you guys night after night. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is the end of your night. Get some rest. This is the beginning of your day. Have a prosperous day. It is Monday, the beginning of your week. Hopefully you have the best week you've had all year. With that being said, hopefully you know the deal. Do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. A living, breathing example of that. With that being said, tonight is mandatory Weed Nerd World. Usually scheduled for 2 a.m. I may come in a little early, 12 or so, depending on how the day goes. Somebody wants to chime in at 12, let me know. That being said, hope you guys one last time enjoyed tonight's content. Tell a friend.